another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. And hello. 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 Woo. Hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers, honey. What's going on out there in this wonderful world we call our life? And it's another glorious day, and I know you got all of your comforts together, my darlings, because it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's going on, babies? What's going on? Oh, well, as y'all can see, honey, my energy is a little stagnant. I have my highs and lows because this has been, I'm going to say, difficult week. It's just been a very numbing week. Okay. And first off, let me say this. I slept wrong on this damn couch. Okay. I wasn't trying to fall asleep on the couch. I ended up falling asleep on the couch, right? But all up here on my left side, honey, my neck and things, it has been, and part of my arm, I must have went to sleep right on that nerve the good way, honey, because it done fucked me up. Okay. I'm sitting up here like, oh my God, what is going on? At one point in time, I couldn't even turn my neck right. It's getting better now. I see I'm working it out, but like, right there. Whew. I can stand a real good massage, and I do have a massage therapist. I need to see if he can take an appointment, honey, because since the pandemic has been enacted, he's very limited with his clientele because he has a lot of senior citizens that he does. And so he wants to make sure that, we keep everything abreast and all of that. So I understood that. Sad thing is I've not used him since I had him on one of my other shows I used to do. We used to do Atlanta's Up and Rising. He was a guest. And so for the show, honey, I had a massage, right? Whew, baby. When I tell you he worked his damn body over, honey, it was no joke. So now I need to get back. I haven't been back in a while. And I really can stand to go and pamper myself. And I know a lot of you out there understand the idea of having to pamper yourself and take some me time and carrying on. So I am going to commit myself to doing that. I'm also going to commit, and I need y'all to hold me to it, because y'all know I told y'all while I was in school, I went to school part-time, and it took me 3 years to finish, so that's fine. I gained 60 pounds over those 3 years because I was burning the candle at both ends. I worked overnight. I got off work at 7 in the morning, had to be to school at 8, so I flew to school. In school from 8 to 4 or 5 o'clock, then had to bump back home. I get home by about 7. Then I would go to sleep and be up at 9 because I had to be back to work at 11. At that time, I wasn't driving. I'm doing all this on the trains and carrying on. So I was burning the candle at both ends, honey. So trying to stay up, I'm sitting there popping candy, all kinds of chocolate jam. If it was chocolate, without coconut, because I don't do coconut. If it was chocolate, baby, it was going down my throat very deliciously, honey. And so over time, within 3 years, I end up gaining 60 pounds. And that's cute. Then COVID done hit. And I'm going to be very honest. because I didn't want to stand on the scale. I haven't stood on the my scale, honey. I think it's broken because it keeps telling me I'm 365. But I think honestly, I may have gained another 10 pounds. I think. I'm not for certain because I think I may have been maintaining because over the last year, whatever, I do have a lot of snack foods and stuff up in here, but I've been watching my calories. So, you know, I probably have been maintaining, even though I have not been eating properly and carrying on. I think I've been maintaining. So I think I'm still at 365. I need to take that 65 back off. In fact, I need to take off 70 because no, that's not right. I need to take off 75 because I want to get down to 290. Okay. 290 is where I function at my best. And being over 50 now, I need to be up under 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I could be at my optimum because I look good. You better understand, honey. I love being a big boy. Okay. A large man. Okay. However, I need to be at my optimum. You know what I'm saying? And all of that, I have not measured my neck. The last time I had measured my neck, I was still into like 19-inch collars or carrying on, but I know I've gained weight. So I'm probably back up to a 21-inch neck, you know, but and I don't want to get complacent because that means that all of the hell that I went through with all of my surgeries and carrying on, that means all that hell was for nil, nilch, and void. And that there, no, what all I've been through in my life, that's a lie. So I've got to get committed. And I do a lot of talking with it and carrying on, but I've got to sit down and commit myself to do this. I had to take it on like I'm doing an acting gig. You know how you're preparing for a role and got to do your research and your study. Well, I think Will Smith and I, honey, gonna show off our dad bods together, honey. And because one of the things too is that since I've had my surgeries, y'all know I've had a plethora of surgeries, and after my last surgery, the full abdominal reconstruction that I had to have, my strength has not been what it is, and also my energy levels, I can tire out very quickly now. Okay, I do not like that, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's kind of like a depression for me, because I would get started doing something, and if I finish it, baby, it'll take me 4 days to recover. I would sit down and it would just fucking exhaust me. And it takes me 4 days to recover. If I don't finish it, then what ends up happening, I tire out and then I sit down and say, okay. And then I think I'm gonna get back to it, and I don't, which is why my apartment looks like the way it does. That's one of the reasons. Okay, because I've attempted to do some things here, and I have it together. But because I don't finish it, well, hell, what was clean, honey, you can't tell no more, right? So for those of you, if anyone is in the Atlanta area, I'm serious. I'm so serious. I really need like 2 or 3 people to come up in here, and here's what it is. I'm going to have to tell y'all what to do. And then after that, I'm going to have to leave because I get in the way. Okay, I get in the way and just let y'all work your magic and carry it on, and then we're gonna call that great. So that means they have to be willing to pay for that, right? Right. But I am, because I need this little small 700 square feet apartment to look like an apartment and not a storage unit that has been through the wilds of a damn rainstorm or a windstorm. Okay. So I'm putting myself on blast because there's an old adage that said you have not because you ask not. And I know like my neighbor we'll come over and help, but sometimes, no, the kind of help that I need is going to be like, bitch, get your ass out the way. Okay, we're going to do this. And then what we think is questionable, we're going to put in the box over here. We're going to get this thing together and call it grace. And that means that I do have some stuff that I have to part with, and carrying on. So that there is, that's lovely. Okay. So be that as it may. And then for those of y'all who's sitting up there saying, okay, yes, I am part of the alphabet community, honey. All of us don't have that damn gene. You understand? I mean, I do, but I have it for other people. I can go over to somebody else's house and get it together, honey. But because it's just me, it's like, okay, it's mine. I'm here and blah, blah, blah. It's like I put myself on the back burner and I don't treat myself the way I treat everybody else, you know? And that's not, well, let me put it this way. I don't do it across the board, you know? So be that as it may. Okay, let me go to the comments because I see some of y'all up in here. Start at the top. Who we got? Hey, cuz, one of my cousins up in here. Hello, everyone. She says that's Lauren. Hello, hello, hello. There's another one of my cousins. Oh, Dominica's up in here. What's going on? Come on, children. Y'all coming up in here to support your cuz. What's up? Peace and blessings be to everyone. Hello there, Gerald. What's going on? Hey, Meech. What's up, Hugh? Okay. My condolences to you. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Okay, I appreciate that. Hello, Eric. What's up, Big Stool? Okay, the book over there. You got this, Meech. We can be better together. Hashtag support from the village. Thanks, baby. I got that. Okay. I see Samantha stole your hair again. Yes, I had to shave off my mustache and cut my eyebrows in half. So for those of y'all who think something is missing, that's what's missing. Okay. Samantha had to make an appearance, and so I had to go get ready for her and carrying on. And so now it's going to take about a week and a half or so before everything grows back. It's starting to come back in. I see a little peach fuzz. It's starting to come on back. You know, now here's what's funny. The way I got to shave my head, I had to shave my head like every 2.5 days because it gets to a point where, you know, you could tell there's hair there. If my mustache would do that when I shave, because I don't perform regularly and stuff like that anymore, if my mustache would do that, I'd be all right. But honey, my mustache and my eyebrows, honey, take forever to grow the fuck back in. Okay. Not that I'm complaining, it's just that when folks notice it, it's just, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. The cleaning guru on Instagram, he's great. Have you used him before? I've seen him and carried on. He is lovely, honey, but I know that's gonna cost a coin. I mean, a real coin, honey. Now, see the kind of coin I'm talking about 3 or 4 people come up in here, honey. We give y'all. I got a couple dollars, and then we cook a dinner. Remember how Big Mama and your aunts and uncles used to do you when you was a kid? They want you to move them every time you turn around. You got to help them move and shit. And they have paid you, but they fed you and carried on because everybody got to cook. Come on over here, get a plate. And then they sent all the left homes over with you. Yeah. Okay, so that be that. Now listen, where my bottle at? I'm gonna be sipping on this all night. Isn't this a cute bottle? You see this? This here, this bottle of wine was given to me by one of the cast members from Ruthless. Are y'all into Ruthless? Okay. Are y'all into Tyler Perry's Ruthless on BET Plus? Huh? Are you into it, sugars? Well, I had met many of the cast members as they were down at the donut factory, honey, during their stay and preparing for the new season. Okay, they're filming season 3 and carrying on. They've left, and one of the ones, honey, his name is Jamie Calico. He plays Benjamin. Brian. He plays the FBI agent that's playing that's the sheriff now with the sheriff and all of them who got the wife Lynn, honey, who Lynn that went to Well, he had gifted me this when he left because I had taken him over to Walgreens and stuff because he was trying to get some gifts to give to the makeup artist and stuff when he was leaving as a departure gift. Something that we always do. In theater, I do that on opening night. I give like my cast members and stuff a little gift. Just to say, congratulations and let's have a good show. And I usually don't on the end, because I usually give at the beginning. And so, but everybody is different. So he would want to gift everybody when he left. And because he thought I was being very gracious for him and carrying on, he bought me this bottle. So this is Gerard Bertrand, Cote de Roses. Cote de Rosas. Okay. And this is a Grenache, baby. And I do love a good Grenache. So I have not sipped from my glass yet because I want to do this on camera and tell him thank you. I told him that because I was supposed to had drank it before he left. And I saw he said, "Did you taste it yet?" I said, "I have not tasted it yet because I was going to save it for a special occasion." So I want him to know the wine and care. So hold on. Mm. Semi-sweet, wet. I don't like a dry wine. I can't stand a dry wine because you feel like you're choking, and you shouldn't. How in the hell is it? Is it liquid and it's dry? That concept always bothers me. But this is a good genuine wine. This is something to I would pair this with a good But I don't eat beef anymore because I can't. But I would have this with a pork chop or something. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is really nice. It's really nice. Okay. It's a robust flavor. Okay. Got a little oak and stuff in it. Some of those are oak notes and carrying on, but it's very robust. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna put it like this, because if you're a beer drinker and you like beer and carrying on, it gives you a wine like a beer wine. Okay, is that making sense? Um. Oh, you know what? How many of y'all remember like the pink champagnes and the golden champagnes from back in the day? Okay, I would put this in that particular category because it's very robust in its flavor and carrying on. So I like it. I like it. Would I do this again? Yes, I would. So yeah. This one, this is very cute. Very, very cute. Mm. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Again, this is Gerard Bertrand or Bertrand, uh, Cote de Roses. This is a Grenache, and this is a 2020 bottle. Oh, and it's from France. It's from France. Okay, and we found this at Walgreens. Okay, so very affordable. Okay, and it's cute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, congratulations are in order. Congratulations, 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 congratulations. Because my niece has made her debut. She has made it into the world. Okay. She has made it into the world. My new grand niece, honey. Miss Alani has made it into the world. Y'all know that Big Red, my co-host, and his wife, Miss Cupcake, or Mrs. Red, as y'all like to call her, their daughter, Diamond, was expecting. Okay, and the baby came today, 5/7/21, honey. Okay, the baby came today. I don't have all of the times and all of that. And also for those of y'all who like to go play the lottery, that's the time I said 5/7/21, which is a hot number actually. So yeah, so the baby is here. She has made her debut onto the world, honey. So we are all just ecstatic and carrying on. And it's always good to when new life comes in. It is such a joy, such a joy, such a joy, honey, such a joy. So I'm all elated and carrying on the thing because I'm the auntie. Auntie, ha. Yes, I am. Okay. So we're gonna get her nice and together and carrying on. So congratulations. Um, to Diamond, and oh Lord, wait a minute. I'm trying to think of the baby daddy name. Put it in the comments because I got a brain fart. Please tell me this boy's name, and I know he's watching and gonna be mad because I can't call his name. But we do that to fathers all the time, don't we? Okay. Oh, child. What's his name? Red. Cause I can't call his Nikki. What's the baby daddy name? Okay, she looked at me. I'm not gonna put your camera yet. If y'all see how she just froze and looked at this damn screen, like you okay, who you asking? Okay, like who you asking? Okay. So yeah. But y'all congratulate them because there's a picture of him. He got his shirt off and he holding his daughter child. I said, oh, and I was like, he better have been there, damn it, and not pacing the floor. You know, I wanted him in there to learn his baby and things, so she know who Papa is, honey. I just get goosebumps. I get so excited. So that there is that. So, all right, y'all ready to get into this show, honey? Because it's gonna be a humdinger of a show, and I know it's going to be something worth talking about. Okay. I titled today's show "What Becomes of the Brokenhearted." Okay. What becomes of the brokenhearted? Okay. Now, this conversation comes about because I was talking with my cousin, Miss Lauren, honey. She's in here. I was talking with her yesterday, and you know, now that we are adults, well, I'm much older than her, much older than her. But as an adult, you know, she gets to experience me in a whole different way. Okay, as a mother, you know, as an ex-wife, you know, and all those kinds of things. Have had life experiences and carrying on, a businesswoman, you know, and those kinds of things. We get to talk about life um, in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that kid shit. Or because she was such a younger cousin, you know, I don't have to be filtered and coddle her because she was still a kid. You know. And we were talking, and y'all know at the beginning of the week. Um, at the beginning of the week, um, while we were sitting here all excited about the Pose season 3 reunion. I mean, premiere, not reunion. It was the premiere of their final season. So we're in here, we're watching Pose and getting all off into it. At about 11:30 Sunday night, I got a text from my dad. And my dad texted and said, Demetrius, I have some sad news. Your cousin Tony just passed. And I froze looking at the phone. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? And so I had given him a call and talked about that. Now, for those of y'all who want to know who I'm talking about, y'all heard me mention my cousin quite frequently on the show. Because y'all remember when I kept telling y'all about my cousin, who I'm 3 weeks older than. We're 22 days apart. And, you know, we called him White Boy because he basically was a white baby when he was born. And the whole thing that my grandfather did when I was born was told my mother that don't nothing that light come out of nothing that dark. And then my aunt, who happens to be the same shade of darkness as my mother, that rich, beautiful mocha chocolate, had a white baby, basically. And we had called him White Boy, and I keep telling y'all, I told y'all that he, to this day, he looked like a white boy with a tan. And that stunned me that my father come telling me that he's gone, because we just turned 51 in March. Okay. And I'm still processing. I am going to go home for his homegoing. And part of what's bothering me is that we never got, no, I won't say never got an opportunity. We chose not to be included in one another's life as adults. Okay. And the times that we have, um, it was, I won't say combative all the time. It was just that it was still that little snarky ass shit. Okay. My cousin was one who really, um, he didn't care, for, and it's not a lifestyle, it's a culture, but he didn't care for the fact that I'm gay and all of that. And the last time that we actually had some kind of words, he had come in on one of my lives a couple of years ago. He was like, "Yo, cuz I love you, but I ain't down with that damn faggot ass shit, so I'm out." I was like, "Well, what the fuck did you come in here for to begin with, number one?" And then I went off and carrying on. So it was that kind of thing that we did. Um and so because we never knew one another as adults, I know he was a father. I know he currently became a grandfather. Well, I don't know how it's current because the baby's still a baby. But recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, I think he had become a grandfather. And I know in pleasant times, I've always, tried to tease him or whatever because we both love the name Xavier. Okay. And that's just a cool, hot name, right? Xavier. And that was something that we said we were kids, that when we had kids, we were going to name our kids Xavier. And of course, he beat me to it. So I was like, nigga, you stole my name, and that kind of thing. So, then at the same time of finding that out, okay, and having a conversation about that, I'm talking to one of my dad's brothers on Facebook, and we're going through all of this. And then he said, well, 5 of us are gone. My grandmother had 12 children. Okay. And I said, yeah, but then I got to call them off. All the 5 of the boys, because there was 10 boys and 2 girls. And so my Uncle Quincy has left, Uncle Willie Carl, Uncle Cutie, his name was Willie. And my Uncle Spanky, his name is Marvin. So I said, wait a minute, I'm counting 4. What you mean 5? Who am I missing? He said, well, your Uncle Doug passed. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Doug passed? What are you talking about? And why am I just hearing this? And so I don't believe that amount of time has passed already, because my uncle and I had started communicating on Facebook because he was trying to learn how to do a live stream on Facebook because his wife had passed. And he wanted to put the funeral up on and live stream it for those who couldn't make it. So I was showing him how to go about doing that. And he told me that my uncle had passed the same week that his wife did, back in June of 2020. And then kind of found out that he said my uncle had passed from COVID. And now I'm sitting up here like, well, why in the fuck don't I know this? And then it led me to go into this whole big old thing, how we like to do about we ain't never together, it's a damn shame. We don't know how to do this. And here we go again. We've never had a family reunion on my father's side of the family. But let me put a proviso on that. And I'm going to put a proviso on that because it's so many of us to where, hell, you would think it was a family reunion at just a regular cookout. Because my daddy is a grill master. That motherfucker there would get on the grill, and it's no joke. And oftentimes he and his girl Christine, I'm gonna call her Christine, his wife, because he and Christine been together for such a long time, to where, hell, I might as well just call her his wife. Over at Daddy's house, hell, shit, the house is crowded, And so we didn't necessarily have a family reunion, but because there's so many of us, you would think that's what it was. But it wasn't, because there's so many of us who don't know each other. A lot of the younger cousins and carried on, they were kids, so they don't know us, in close proximity. The kids got kids. Okay. I have a whole set of first cousins that I barely know. Okay. And then some I just flat out don't know. Okay. I may know a name, but I couldn't tell you what they look like. If they came and slapped me in my face, bitch, it's going down. Okay. But a lot of the younger cousins and things, because they came along at a time where, as my cousin Lauren said, she said, she called me cuz. She said, cuz, she said, y'all got to a point to where y'all know the happy times and y'all got memories and stories of stuff when things were good. She said, when we came into the picture, everything was breaking up. Everything was breaking down and shit. We got all the horror stories, and we don't know that y'all talking about. We only know the bullshit. But here was something that she said that got me going. Because when she said it, I have not really rested, because all of us who have an Adams as a father, okay, most of us, if not all of us, have this same story, that our daddies wasn't shit. Okay. And I'm going to say this with the exception of the younger cousins, because I don't know what their life was. Because from what I'm understanding, there may have been maybe one, two, maybe three of them whose fathers were there. That's Uncle Jody, Baby, his name is Clinton. And who? No, it wasn't Spank, because hell, Dominique will tell you that she got problems. Maybe just those two. Maybe just those two. Okay. Who the fathers were there and active and this, that, and the other. All the rest of us, honey, we all got a damn story about them damn Adams boys. Okay. And as Lauren and I were talking, she said, that all of that's rooted from Granddaddy. I said, I know. And I told her the story about me, and how going over there to my grandfather's house to visit and to see my grandmother carrying on, I had a time limit in that damn house. And if it wasn't a time limit, there were certain areas that I had to be in, because if he was home, honey, he really didn't like to see me. So I was either upstairs where the bedrooms were, or I was down in the basement, or outside on the damn porch. And if Gramps was sitting on the porch, after about 15 minutes, he would always say, don't you want to go down the street and see your friend, Doug? Don't you want to go across the street and see the Broyles? Now, the Broyles we family, because my uncle had dated and conceived children with one of the Broyles' daughters, right? So we done all became family, right? Crisscross across the street. So, so it was always that, and my other cousin, Yamar telling me the same thing, with Granddaddy didn't like me and blah, 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 blah. So we're going through this. I'm explaining all that to Lauren. And Lauren said, she said, Meech, she said, we need to think about this, because we never thought about it from Granddaddy's side. I said, you're right. I never have, because I've been I've been stubborn about it and really didn't want to look at it from his side, because I'm like, fuck him. Shit, he didn't like me, But she said, Meech, she said, you have to remember, Granddaddy was born at a time when we were just coming out of slavery. And that brought me pause, because my great-grandmother on my mother's side was a slave. I told y'all that before. My great-grandmother was branded. Now, I don't know where. I think my mother said it's in her back. She was branded a slave. Okay. And I never saw it. But you know, that was a whole different era and things, and unless she was being intimate with her husband, honey, nobody got to. And in fact, he didn't get to see her when she was putting on her clothes and carrying on, because that was the kind of woman she was. You know, go on about it here. You know, and close the door. You don't look. You know, that was private and was personal. So I never saw that. Okay, and as I thought about that, I said, wow, because we knew that he was much older than my grandmother. My dad's mom was born in 1925. And I think he had to be at least between 7 to 10 years older than grandma. So that means that put him somewhere around 1915 that he was born, which means he and my grandmother, my mother's mother, are in the same generation gap, which means that his parents were either slaves or sharecroppers or just coming out of that. You know what I'm saying? And Lauren says, she says, Meet, she said, I know we talking about healing and how the boys should have did this and should have did that. She said, but granddaddy wasn't teaching them how to be healers or carrying on. He was teaching them how to be men. She said, but wait a minute. She said, but thinking about the kind of man that he was trying to be, see, because he was taught how to be a man from his daddy, who was taught by his daddy, and we talking slavery. So you talking about brokenness, trying to raise brokenness. And when she said that, I said, girl, my whole entire world just flipped, because I never thought about it like that. I mean, and the thing of it, I thought about it in all other combinations, you know, but not like that. I said, girl, I may have said that, but I didn't put it that way. And you saying it like this, goddammit, has just opened me up into a whole nother realm of thinking and seeing life from a different perspective. Okay, here you have a young black man from the South. My grandfather was from Mississippi. Okay, one of them backwards towns in Mississippi. I don't know. Okay, you know Mississippi full of them damn backwards small little towns. A young man who was dark skinned, who ended up having children and trying to raise his kids to be as successful as possible. My grandfather was color struck. Okay, he did not want his boys to date anything dark skinned, because in his day and age, dark skin meant failure. And so he wanted them to do better than him. Now, my grandmother is half white, half Native American, okay, and things of that nature. So, of course, he wants his sons to be like him. Get somebody, so when y'all have kids, you know, it would, that whole idea of looking at this to be better, looking at this to be, to do a solid for my boys so that my boys don't have a hard time, because the white man, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And the white man, ABC. And the white man, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? It was all of that, but that's coming from a man who was probably born to help his family in the fields, or to help with whatever it is. My grandfather had a very limited education, okay, but he was a preacher, okay, and all of that, working the way that he worked and carrying on to try to provide for a family, okay. And in that, when she said that to me, it just oh, I won't say I crumbled. It just that it just blew me up to where now, as I'm looking, and y'all know I've told horror stories about my father, you know, and how he was trying to be a man as a 16, 17, 23-year-old. Because by the time my daddy was 24 years old, he had 4 kids. Okay. I was conceived when he was 15. What was that right? Yeah. Because he had my father's birthday is November 26th. He's a fresh 16 I'm born March 4th. Okay, child, you're only 16 for 4 months. Okay, 4 months before, and then I'm born. Okay, at night, almost 19, because my brother's birthday was October 5th. Almost 19, you now got a second baby. Okay, and then 4 years later, okay, going on 23, you had twins. So look at that. Okay. And they're trying to understand how he was trying to make it in this world. I told y'all before, I didn't get it, the plight of my dad, until I was working in a adult education center. You know, those little secretaries, high schools and shit. And it wasn't until I was working there that I actually heard somebody, one of the students there, who said something that just sounded like my daddy, right? And it was then that it clicked about, I said, look at this. That's daddy. A 17-year-old little pissant. Okay. Looking to be all of this man. Talking about how much I got a son. Yeah, I got a son, nigga. Yeah, I got a son. Trying to floss. And didn't know what the hell he was doing. You understand me? When I saw that, the anger and the hostility that I had towards my father was starting to release. Okay. It was starting to dissipate because I was getting to see it from his perspective, you know? And then I told y'all this before. When I moved down here to Atlanta in 2007, Kiki Sheard had a song, okay, called He Done Did It, okay? And the lyrics are, if he don't do nothing else, he's already done enough because he done did it. Okay? That's a gospel song. And as that song, as she was singing that song, and I said, what? And all of a sudden, my daddy's head and his face just kept coming into my vision. Okay. And every time it got to the chorus, my daddy's face kept popping up. And all of a sudden I had broke down and I went into a real spiritual praise because it was then that I got it. I was like, listen, if daddy didn't do shit else, he did enough because without him, there is no me. So he may have been the vessel used to get me here. Now, I may not have liked his actions and carried on, and all of that human shit is still up for debate. But the spiritual aspect of it is just this. Without him, there is no me. You understand? And so with all of that, that year, 2007, Father's Day 2007, was the very first time that I called my daddy as an adult. Okay? Because as a kid, I did as a kid. But as an adult, I willingly called my father and said, Daddy, happy Father's Day. And meant it. It wasn't out of obligation. It wasn't because I thought it was the right thing to do. It was out of the fact that I got it. You know? So the adult me got it. But now the boy me got to heal. Okay? And that takes time. Yeah, I'm crying and my allergies at the same time. And these are real tears. But my eye is burning too. So I'm trying to play it off like it's allergies. But no, I'm crying. Okay. But the boy in me still had to heal. Okay. And the yearning and all of that. So I got to that particular point. Now I'm there. My sisters are not. My sisters are not, because they don't know him. Okay, they don't know him, and carrying on, they know of him. They know about how much of a hellion he was with Mama. They heard about the fights and carrying on and this, that, and the other. And because he was not there in their lives, they don't want anything to do with him, you know. But all of that and the ripple effect from all of that stems from my grandfather. Okay, and how the man that he was taught to be, coming from an era where the whole plight of the black man, honey, was up for grabs. We didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And in trying to navigate that, and then he had 10 boys. 10 boys. Yeah. And trying to teach them how to get over in the world where the world don't want you. Where the world saying that you don't need to exist outside of being out here in this damn field. So, what becomes of the brokenhearted or the broken vessel? What becomes? See? Because what ends up happening is that those particular seeds, when you thought you were doing the right thing, ends up becoming what we now call generational curses and carrying on. See, it becomes that I like, Yala calls it the pathology, because this is the pattern that keeps repeating. Why? Because I learned it here, then this came down to here, and this came down to here. You taught it, I'm teaching it. Where does it break? You understand? Where do we get a hold of it so that we can say this is where the healing process comes into play? Where does the healing start? And oftentimes we want the healing to be collective. We want everybody else to heal, and we need to come together. Blah. Honey, no, it's not going to do that. Okay? It's not going to do that. Okay? What it's going to do is going to require you to go into that mirror. And this is where everything happens. Because this is where real relationship comes with whoever you call God, or whatever your higher power is. Whatever you say this thing is going to be. Okay? Okay. Nikki was in here, but she said, I think you need to do this with solo, baby. She's going to go lay down. She didn't look like she was feeling well. Whatever that is, this is now where you have to, all of what you believe is going to be challenged, because everything got to go back to that core. And oftentimes, your core belief system becomes challenged. Why? Because what you thought was your foundation, honey, gets rocked and swayed. And sometimes you may have to move off of your square onto a new square to rebuild. Because everything now, what you thought was supposed to be the tea or the teachings, is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you realize your life experiences tell you this ain't what you taught me. No, this ain't what you said this was supposed to be. So was it a lie? Or is it that you've grown and now your experiences of who you know your higher power to be now is interceding and showing you to build your own relationship, whatever you call that. Even if you don't believe in God and say, okay, I'm the one who is doing this, and I got to put in the work, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. Even if that's your belief system, it's the higher self that you're talking about. Because that foundation that you thought was your foundation, it wasn't yours. It was your grandmama's foundation. It was your great-grandmama's foundation. See? And that there is where all this comes into play. So my cousin, I told her, I said, girl, you don't know what you just did when you said that. But thank God that you got it. Okay? Because we were sitting up saying, going to this funeral or homegoing is going to be a trip because she said, I know somebody is going to get up there and say, it don't make no sense. We don't know how to come together unless it's a damn funeral. And she said, I'm gonna stop him. She said, I keep wanting to say Uncle Meech because I got everybody else calling me Uncle Meech. She said, but cousin, she said, I'm gonna tell you now. She said, they ain't gonna like me, but I'm gonna stop them. Because see, here we are now. We all adults now. So what happened in the past was the past, but that didn't stop you from picking up the phone or reaching out on Facebook or coming to see somebody or doing this, that, and the other. You could have did this. And yes, life shows up and everybody get busy. Everybody get into their own lives and building and this, that, and the other. But there's always time for family somewhere. But what it is, and she said this too. She said, Meech, she said, one of the things about our family is that we don't know how to be family to each other. We could do it to perfectly good strangers. We do it to the neighbors, but we don't never do it to each other. And that is a travesty. So I'm like, okay, here we go. What becomes of the brokenhearted? So I'm going to go to the comments. Let me go on up here because y'all blowing me up, and I want to make sure that y'all get heard, okay? I want to make sure that y'all get heard today. Okay. I'm going to go back up because where I was talking about the baby. I'm thirsty about it. Get your ass up in here. You're supposed to be on the show, boy. But they probably with the baby, so he get a pass today, y'all. She'll get you right. Oh, yes, she will, honey. Okay. Just some fancy fruit punch. Grenache is not fancy fruit punch. Thank you. Congratulations, Papa Red. Okay, congratulations. Oh, congratulations and things. Need 3 more numbers so we can hit the Papa ball. Okay. Okay. What's good, everybody? Okay, what's up, V? Coach V in the house. Yes. Okay, Eric Buck, 5, 20, and 22. Okay, watch out now. Okay, all hearts and things. Okay, we got what's up, Big Easy from Uncle V, Coach V rather. Congrats, Red goes out. I got you when we get paid. What you say now? Okay. He has 4 grandbabies. Oh, he got that many? I didn't know that. This is my cousin, y'all. Talking about my cousin that passed. I didn't know he had that many grandkids. Oh wow, I just woke up. First off, I'm sorry for the loss of your cousin. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. That's the doctor evangelist in the house. Many times different children all raised in the same home will have different experiences inside the home. That is very true because they're individuals. See, that's the one thing that we have to always understand. Everybody is individual. So how you love your children, how you discipline your children is going to be different because each are going to respond differently, honey. I know for me, as I got older, spankers didn't necessarily whoop, but you take that telephone from me, honey. Mama, and that's what Lorraine learned. When Mama learned to me about that damn phone, ooh, baby. When she used to cut the phone off for the summertime, and I had to go stand at the payphone to talk out the girl bad. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Generations makes a difference too. People get older and change, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Okay, now that's gospel right there. Amen. They looked at things very differently. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's the subject that I'm going to deal with. Broken people can't raise unbroken people. How about that? Okay. Oh, I like how you just said that. Broken people can't raise unbroken people. Say that. Light skin was more affluent than dark skin. That's true. Yeah, especially during that time. He was born in a world that didn't even want to give him a piece of what he created in the time, especially with his beautiful dark skin. It wasn't considered a man at all. He just didn't know how. And that there is something that I never had taken into consideration on his behalf, because that was my grandfather, That's our grandfather. That's you. I see you. You ready? Okay.
What's up?
What's up?
That's the big red fella checking in from the shy. What's going on with you, brother?
What? Oh, you in the shower?
Yes, sir.
The hell you doing in the shower?
I told you what was going down. You know what I'm saying? We had a passing in the family, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Child, it's so much that's just is going
So much
on.
going on, right? Diamond had the baby, and yeah,
Yeah.
all the same day.
Oh, child. Okay, I forgot all about that. Oh Lord.
Yeah, take a drink. Yeah, sip one for me. You got it.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
But the baby was born at 8:49 this morning.
8:49. Okay.
She's here. And she showed up hitting the high note. Patti LaBelle has relaunched.
Okay.
Yeah. She came in screaming.
Lovely.
DNA checks out. Her mouth this big as her mama's.
What about that? Her daddy was there. I saw he got pictures of him taking with his shirt off and holding the bomb with the child and
Yeah,
things.
Shem was there.
Call his name because I couldn't call his name, child. I'm trying to call his name and I couldn't think of his damn name.
Oh, you talking about the baby daddy?
Yeah.
Well, we know what, because we don't want to. We ain't did no paperwork for him to be on the show. We just call him Jackass right now. How about the
Okay, you heard that here first. Okay. Let me bring Nick up in here. She done came back.
Listen, you was getting so deep into the stuff. I thought maybe you had wanted to do it by yourself. I was like, I can't watch over here and turn it up over here. I don't know what's about to happen.
Auntie Nikki.
Congratulations, Papa.
Oh Lord, you gave me the pawpaw.
Yes.
Lord, I'm gonna have to go dancing. Huh?
Listen, y'all know we down south. I'm starting to hear that more.
Right.
Yeah, you know. Well, I'm up here in the stomping ground.
Oh.
I'm in Chicago.
You told me you was going. How is everything?
We
Is
just
Nay
getting here.
Is Nay okay?
Yeah, she all right, Miss New Booty.
Oh shit, that's oh damn.
Don't talk about my sister.
That's right, because it's her grandfather. God damn. Oh God.
What is wrong with you, boy? Take another drink.
Chuck, listen, I'm telling you, everything has hit at the same damn time to where shit is all mixing up with me. And I have been numb. I have just been numb. I'm trying to process it down. And
Right
I'm like,
now,
okay,
now it has been the golden corral of life factors. The situation that you got going with the year later situation thing there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That whole gap in family. And it's really our family as Black people. We need to do better. And just like we got life coming in, we got life going out, you know what I'm saying? It's too much going on. Then we're dealing with Cole, you know what I'm saying? And we trying to doggone, you know what I'm saying? That's our niece, and she's breaking down mentally.
Well, you know what? She's doing a little bit better. She had a very good day. She went to the doctor. Right now, you know, we just praying for my baby. She's getting better. Today was probably the first day of her feeling better.
Okay, good.
On top of that, my wife can't sit down, so
don't do that to my sister.
Right.
I'm gonna need for you to just go ahead some fucking way. That bullshit. Man, when he did it first, when he asked about the baby daddy, he gonna look down in the queue at me, talking about Nick, what's his name? I said,
right.
His name is 5 seconds from getting his ass whooped anytime he do
something. Right. Okay.
That's what his name is. Yes.
All of that.
Nickname 5 seconds from getting his ass whooped. His name is 5 seconds from getting his ass whooped. That's
so we are wow. Okay. So there's a plethora of things going on, and quiet as it's kept. I think one of the things that's going to be needed, child, we're going to have to do a real spiritual cleansing and a purge, child.
But
we're going to have a real woosah moment.
I think sitting there, seeing the doggone development of life when you have had such a bad life.
Yeah,
we praying that God wiped his hand right through there, and that boy, his mentality was like, "Yo, I created a whole life."
I know. I think looking at his picture, child, it's a whole different.
Marley, I never thought Marley would act like he had no damn sense. I promise you. And the only time he still act like he got some sense is when it concerned them girls.
Right.
Well, he was in there with her the whole time.
Okay.
He was in there doing back rubs and all that, and then we had the whole panel. All the Shiro Hero was live through the whole label.
Right.
And every
I was
time
calling
he did something,
yesterday.
they
I was
cussed him
like,
out.
did she get to the hospital yet? They was like, she running a little bit behind, but she was supposed to be, but she on her way. I said, okay. I said, I'm just calling to check on my niece.
Hey, I have never seen that many people all on live at one time go to sleep together and wake up still on live. Nobody hung up.
Right.
Ain't nobody tell me. I'd have been right there with him. Like, what's up?
They was right there in the room with him.
That's right, baby. That's how you do it. Listen. Okay, you know what? Y'all know I'm a crybaby, but child, right there, there ain't nothing but love, baby. If we couldn't be there personally, bitch, we right there. Zoom up, we right there.
Right.
Okay.
Look, when I saw it start getting evening time yesterday, I got right on the thing. I'm like, hey, just checking on down.
That's what it is.
You know, was the baby here yet? Like, what's the thing? What's going on? Where's the baby?
So yeah. But cool beans.
Shiro, she's here.
So you go ahead, because I know what you finna get into, and I'll probably be commenting.
Yeah, stay in the comments because I got some stuff I'm gonna be playing too.
Did anybody see that thing that I put in the thing too about them saying that they can't wear no?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Should we wait till Sunday so I can say what I say?
No, if we get we put a pin right there.
Okay.
Pin that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Trying to be.
But okay.
Y'all tear the house down because I got to drive to Bolingbrook.
Okay.
Okay. How long y'all gonna be up there?
Shoot, long as it take. You know me. I don't care.
Dig it.
Get the family straight. Get on.
I need to come down there because I got to go to the wholesale district. I need some drag jewels, but that's another thing.
There you go.
Remember some popcorn?
You had Samantha on. Hey, you see Samantha the other night?
Yes, I did. I absolutely did. And I watched on the big screen again. And I watched it on the big screen again yesterday.
Hey, he was dressed, wasn't he? He was ready for him.
Listen, but y'all know what the kick was.
What?
I brought Lily in here.
Hold
Because I
on.
told her.
Wait.
I've told her, I said, Uncle Meech sometimes sings and he dresses up like a lady and then he sings and all kinds. She was like, And I had showed her H2 before, and I was like, yeah, they do this. This is a job. And she was like, grandma. So I put it on the big screen for the see. She said, y'all know her. Oh, my God.
No, wait a minute. I was downstairs. Nikki, I was downstairs at the computer, and Naomi was on her phone upstairs watching the show. This boy came up behind her and looked at her phone on the screen, and he came downstairs. He said, Uncle Meech got on a wig. And when I looked at it, I said, oh, I don't know what the hell to say.
Right, you ain't never explained. See, I gave it to Lily first because I knew the show was coming up. So, I explained it to her like sometimes it's a job. And she said, y'all know, look at Uncle Meech.
So that's two kids who seen Uncle Meech and they're like, what the hell going on?
Yeah, you just teach them so there ain't no abnormal thing.
Right.
One Uncle Meech's jobs, baby. Honey.
Hey, look, you explained it to her. I put it on Uncle Meech. He said he gonna talk to him.
I got it. Okay.
He's so ignorant. He get on my phone.
Yeah, because he was stuck, just like a straight man would be, honey. He was just stuck. But
he was like, he came over and he said, Uncle Meech,
what do I don't know what to say to this.
Uncle Meech got on the way.
I was like, I'm looking like.
I'm telling y'all though, y'all have to be there. Like we filmed Meech transforming. Red, you know that me and Tay have filmed Meech transforming, like going from Meech to Samantha Stevens. So the process, and Meech be having the whole fucking listen. I can't do makeup to save my motherfucking life. Y'all know that. Meech was having a whole conversation with us, getting transforming, baby, like boop, 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 boop. I'm like, I be mad as shit. I be jealous to the mug. I swear to God. Man, that damn H2, they get on my goddamn nerve.
Hey, but I'm finna go, and I want you to know this. Did you see the weather girl sitting on the couch at that show?
You know what? I ain't with you.
We love y'all. Call us and y'all need us. Bring back
with
some
you.
popcorn,
You understand me? We ain't.
Don't.
We ain't.
Big red fella on the hot.
Bye.
Okay.
Bring back some popcorn.
Okay. No, sis. I'm glad that you're here. I know.
That is your bro.
Yeah. Okay. Because he's there in Chicago. I got to go to Detroit soon. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah, when do you gotta go? I was
I don't
gonna
know
go to
what.
Philly for the twins' birthday,
Yeah.
but you know, I had to get the car and fix this stuff yesterday. So because whatever your niece hit, curb, pothole, whatever she hit, it was a strut. So that was like
It
$300.
was straight. Okay.
So
Okay.
he came and did it. He came and did it.
Who?
So somebody Red told me to call the man that, you know, I think it's the man that will wrap the cars, the man that will the cars up. And then he told the boy to tell him that I told him to come. So he came right out. He got the part, ordered the part came yesterday. He came right out. He did it right there in the driveway.
Lovely. Okay.
It was
Well,
good. Changed my oil and all that stuff too.
Oh, okay. So we got two people left. Just gone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm glad that I need you here because when I'm finna tie a lot of stuff into this.
Okay.
Because, like I said, what becomes of the brokenhearted, honey? We're going to see how this pebble has a ripple effect.
Oh my
okay. Because there's a ripple effect here that you'll see the pieces when I talk. Let me finish the comments.
Okay.
Okay. Many preachers couldn't read the word. They were telling the stories in the Bible from memory. Yeah, that's true. That there is true. Okay. Well, you better talk. My mom was a mother of 4 before 20. Okay. Generational curses. All curses. Okay. Or generational curses. She got Latina. She must be talking in the phone. Or that they're autocorrect.
I was going to say, well, that fits too.
Okay, right.
Babies like us.
Understanding and wisdom was imparted in you. Yes, it was. You know what, Dr. Marlo? It was because one of the things also is that I asked for it. See, I asked for it and I was willing to receive because one of the things that my father and I had a big explosion where I was able to get that initial anger and, have my neck roll moment with my daddy. I did that when I was 22. Okay. And I was embarrassed because I was trying to introduce him to a friend of mine. Well, we were business partners and associates. Okay. And what it was, Delton's father and my dad looked similar. And I kept telling Delton, I said, I believe we may be related somewhere in this cross mix somewhere. Because your father has too many similarities to mine in that look. Because all of these Adams, we got a look, baby. We got a look. Okay. So I'm trying to introduce Delta to daddy. And at the time, my daddy was still drinking heavily and stuff. And he up here at the grocery store asking folks could he help them take their bags to the car so he could hustle up on some money.
Wait, your daddy?
Did you hear what I said?
Oh.
And I was like, what? So I walked in the store. And when I said, Daddy, girl, it was just like the needle on the record. The cashiers, the managers that was up in the office, the guests, everybody turned around and said, what? And my dad, son, he doing? Daddy, come on outside, honey. Let me talk to you outside. Okay, because you creating a scene. And I got outside, and so I'm talking to him, and carrying on, and he's up there, now he's trying to be parental. Okay. Well, it was something, I told him I had to go to the doctor. I said, well, Daddy, I got to go to the doctor, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, you make sure you get to the doctor. I said, Daddy, I'm going to go, and blah, blah, blah. He said, no, you make sure now that you get to the doctor, this, that, and that. And I was, I heard you, I'm going. Then he got, Demetrius.
No. He gave you a no.
And in that fatherly, I'm scorning you. You better do what the fuck I say do, tone.
Right.
Girl, everything in me broke. Because I turned around to him. I said, motherfucker, you ain't earned the right to call my name like that. Who in the fuck are you to call me that like that?
Meech.
Girl. And I was talking through my teeth because I was trying not to embarrass him because that's still my daddy. And I said, come here. And I walked to the back. We went to the back of the store in the alley. And I said, don't you ever in your natural life call my name like that again. Did you understand me? I said, motherfucker, where was you all my goddamn life? Where were you all of my life to call my name like that? I mean, and all of the initial anger that I had came out. You know, it came out. And he started crying, and I didn't want to see them goddamn tears because I didn't care. And that was insensitive, but at that moment, it was about me.
At that moment,
you know, it was about me.
I know
and then, but see, I'm gonna tell you something. See, this is why I love who I am, but at the same time, I get upset about it because I'm always tired of being the understanding one.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
And you come on. Can you talk about this?
Okay, I get tired of being the understanding one. So while I'm sitting there saying all this, I'm trying. My consciousness that kicked in to sit down there to understand. Oh, when he was only 16 when he had me,
it's not an excuse.
And I was like, you know what? I'm sick of that because I had to tell him. I said, listen, I said I did not ask to be here. I am a product of a fuck. I told him that. That's what I said. I said, I'm a product of a fuck that you had. Okay. I didn't ask to be here. And here I got here, and then you got me taking care of your kids because you want to run the streets versus take care of your kids. You put that on me. I didn't ask for that. Okay. I didn't ask for that. Okay. I said, then you had a woman who was your wife. But what you do, you ran her from you. Why? Because I was too abusive. I said, oh, you think? You think? And then he started to reveal some things about himself to me that I never knew. Because he told me, he said he had been on his own since he was 12 years old, hustling in the streets of carrying on because his father and his relationship was not the best. Okay. They didn't have a relationship. You know, so he said he'd been on his own practically since he was 12 years old. Okay, in the streets and this, that, and the other. And at the time that he was saying that, I heard him, which is why I'm able to tell you what he said.
Right.
And I internalized it later.
I was going to say you heard it, but you didn't receive it.
But so I wasn't. No, you know why? Because I stayed in my feelings because I didn't want to give him no more fucking passes. You know, right. I didn't want to give him no more passes at that point because I was always the one making the damn excuses. I was always the one, you know, that was me.
Listen, I know what you're talking about.
I didn't want to give him no pass at that point. Right. Now, after it was all said and done, we had the dope dealers that were sitting up there telling, slap that motherfucking sissy in his face, knock him on his ass. You know, we had folks saying all that in the alley and carrying on. They had the people that was there. They were having a delivery, right? Them motherfuckers took a damn break and started eating their lunch on the truck. They sat on the back of the truck eating their damn lunch, watching us like it was a damn TV show. My daughter up here talking about something, it was, okay? So we got into all of that. And that's how I was able to initially release that energy, you know, the first part of it. So now here that there was in 1992. I was 22. That was Halloween, 1992, child. That there was a day. So here we are now. What, 15 years later, 2007. Do you see the time in that? 15 years later, we come into a place where it took for me to have this revelation, about my dad and carrying on 15 years. So yeah. Lauren, what you say? He gave our uncles and your dad the only thing he knew how to give was to be a man, and not just any man, a man of color in a world that didn't want to give them anything and didn't treat them as men. He gave them how to survive being a man of color in the world that didn't want to even give them a piece of it. Lauren, 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 if you don't say that right there, sis, this is my cousin, y'all. This is what I was on the phone with. Okay.
The Adams boys. I see the Adams at the end.
Yeah. But see, now her story is a little different because she's a product of one of the Adams girls. They ain't but two girls.
Oh, okay.
So she's my aunt's daughter. Okay. But what she just said there, that's what we were talking about on the phone, because we were into that whole thing, of having to look at it, because for a long time, a lot of us don't know our grandfather. Okay. We don't know him. Now, I got a couple of older cousins. Okay. What's Piggy's real name, honey? I think it's Will too. What's his name? We call him Piggy.
Ain't that a funny thing? How in our families, you know the nickname for so damn long that you don't know people's real name.
Right. And so
that's a real thing for us.
We called him that for so long. He's a minister now. He's a pastor and carry on. And at my grandfather's funeral, he would sit down there and he showed us and told us a story of a man that I did not know. Okay, because he was always talking about how he was preparing for ministry, and he and granddaddy would be on the porch, and he said I would sit down there and would have Bible study carrying on. And basically, my grandfather was more so his mentor and his teacher and preparing him for ministry.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I don't know that man, because the man that he spoke of was a caring, kind-hearted, loving man, and I don't know him. Okay, and in some regards, I kind of felt cheated a little bit or whatever. But then again, at the same time, I can't put that on that. I'm not going to internalize that, because I was like, you knew who I was, but you refused me.
Right.
Okay, you refused me, and you stayed that way. So okay, and bada boom. Right.
I just found out that my grandfather's middle name was Francis. Like, I'm telling you, I'm reading it right now. My uncle, I have two uncles that are younger than me. Like, one is 1 year younger, and the other was 2 years younger. And I was like, I'm really trying to do the history of our family and stuff. Like, I don't even know who your granddad was.
Wow. Okay.
And he said, Earl Francis Denby Sr. I was like, damn, grandpa's middle name was Francis?
Right, girl. You finding that out now. And at least you finding it out because somebody is telling you. I found out my grandfather's name by reading his fucking obituary.
No.
I did not know my grandfather's name.
But my dad's dad, they say I seen him. I don't ever remember laying eyes on that man ever.
Right, and this is my dad's dad. My mom's dad died when she was 13, so I never met him. Okay. Except for in my dreams. Because my mother told me when I was a kid, I went to go paint something. She said, "Who taught you how to paint?" And I told her my granddaddy did, because he came to me in my dreams and he showed me what to do. Yeah.
Yo, that's so beautiful. I'm about to cry.
Okay. And my mama lost it, right? My mama, I remember her. She was like, "What did you?" I remember that, But yeah. So what she just said right there, honey, that there, so it's everything, because now in understanding what the world is, okay, understanding what the world is, because I think my grandmother had her first child at between 14 and 16. She had her first child. Now she had 12 kids. Okay. She had 12 kids. My daddy was born in 1953, and I think my daddy was like number 5.
Okay. See, my mom was born in 52. My dad is older.
Okay.
Maybe like 6 years older.
Now, mind you, Grandma was born in 25.
Mm.
So here we are, 1953. You on child number 5. Okay.
You was reading all them numbers earlier. I was like, God damn, because by the time I was 20, I was married and I had Cole. I had her in 1990, so I had her when I was 20. It was 3 of them motherfuckers by then.
Okay, right. Okay. Marlon said he's done enough. Yeah, he's done enough, child. And that was the realization that I had gotten. That if my daddy had not done anything else, honey, without him, there is no me.
Yep. We've been talking about that a lot too.
Without him, there is no me. You know, and I may not have liked the circumstances, honey, but I'm here. So now what you gonna do with it? You see what
I had to realize the things that I internalized about my mom not really raising me and everything. And like I said, I wrote that poem and did it over on Natural's thing that day when I realized, have you ever asked her about what she been through? Because I remember writing the poem before I had even asked her and saying somewhere in the poem, I said, was it that grandma didn't tell you what to do? So when it came to me, you never had a clue?
Oh.
And I wrote that. So it kept ringing in my head. And one day I just called her a couple weeks ago. And she just told me. And it was like all the childhood trauma that I went through. She went through some of that.
See.
And never, ever.
Come on, y'all, of the pathology. The whole, yeah.
Never. Till she had that conversation with me. Only her and one of my other aunts. I think she was my cousin, but you know she older. So it happened to both of them.
Wow.
They never
said it.
So it's like, damn.
Okay.
Not
my mom had me
the ability to make it change.
Okay.
Thank God we did. That's all I can say.
My mom had me at 17. I finally understood her. Never her. She had 7 children. 4 of us didn't exist. You know I don't hate her. Wow, Lola. See, you know what? When you sit down, I joked at my mother because I said, "Child, you know what? I'm still fascinated with my mama's life, right? Because my mother is my everything, right? My mother is my Wonder Woman. Okay, my
Essie Lorraine. You love me so much. I love how you love your mom.
Essie Lorraine is my Wonder Woman here. Now she got on my goddamn nerves, and she done pissed me off on several occasions. Okay. However, that's still my mama. And I joked with her. I said, "Girl, you know I'm so fascinated with your life, but you ain't gonna tell me nothing. I'm gonna have to read it in the book like everybody else." Okay.
Come on, let loose some of them stories now, Miss Ashley. We need them to be able to pass them down now.
Okay. Mama said, "Preach me." Forgiveness had taken place. You know what? And I'm gonna give you that because I think, because I was able to release after listening to that song, and I was able to call my dad on Father's Day willingly, without it being some kind of obligation. I felt that I needed to call him. It was absolute joy that I told him Happy Father's Day. Yeah, my heart was just loose. You know, it was willing to sit down there and to share that. And then the beautifulness of it is that I got to do that as an adult. I got to see him as a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As from one adult man to another adult man, and we could actually sit down and have conversation now about real adult shit. Right. You know. And
I talk to my mom more. Like before, I would be like, "Lady, what you want? What you want?"
Okay.
But I don't do that anymore.
Right.
I don't feel like I talk to her as much as I should. But it's baby steps for me. And actually, I talk to my father even less, which, growing up, I had to realize one time that I was so angry at my mom for not being there, not being there. And And I realized that I was never mad at my dad, and that motherfucker wasn't there either. Financially, he provided everything. When we was with him, he gave us so much wisdom and everything that we needed to take, that I needed to take as a woman and everything. And then one day I realized I've been so mad at her ass, but that motherfucker wasn't there either.
How about
Because
that?
how many times was you up in that federal college that you used to like to visit?
Not the federal college, right? Hello, right? Okay, you so busy studying.
Yeah, you so busy studying, and I didn't realize it that even though I got some good things, I still was hurt many times,
right,
by different men, because even though you gave me some jewels and made sure I knew certain things, I still was getting hurt by motherfuckers because your presence
right,
wasn't always there.
exactly,
Like it should have
exactly.
been. You thought the words was enough, and coming up, so did I. And then I looked back.
It was enough at the time because it satisfied you at the time. See,
and you know what? And then when you the flyest mother in the city,
right? Okay, and then it became look at what my daddy did. You know, that kind of shit. You know. Mm-hmm.
And I had
honey.
Girl, you just as mad.
Okay, never met her, but the children she raised. Oh, okay. How about that? Okay, how about that? Okay, what you say, Marla? God worked on the heart of a man, honey. Come on now, Marla.
Come on.
This is my other cousin. Look at Aaron. Speak your truth to us. Come on, Aaron. That's my other. What? Like I said, it's so many of them. My grandmother had 12 kids. Yeah. So yeah. And that's one of the cousins.
Yeah.
I pray for the healing of the whole family. Thank you, Marla.
That's
because
amazing.
Absolutely we need it as far as the healing is concerned. But there's a lot of deep instilled hurts that it's a blooming onion. And we have to get back to those layers to where we get to the core.
Get to it, yeah.
You know, so that we can get to it, because what's going to happen is, and it always happens when we get together, is that, we got triggers and everybody start popping like little popcorn and shit versus dealing with the reality of what it is.
And
the reality
also
is,
have to understand that when we think about the older generations and stuff, there are some things that they just not going to give us the peace of mind to hit. You know what I'm saying? There are some answers that we are just not going to get, and we have to be okay with understanding that they may not be able to give us everything.
But here's the thing: we're not going to get it from them.
From them,
but through time, it's going to reveal itself.
Right. It will
reveal itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will reveal, honey. Truth, brother, means thank you, baby. I appreciate that. The girl in me don't miss her anymore. I finally got past that. That's good, Lola. That's good, because that means that girl healed. Okay, the girl healed and the girl grew up.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, and that there is part of the inner stuff that we have to do, because a lot of times what we hold on to is the hurt child.
The hurt child. You have to go past
the baby in you is still dealing with that. And so now as you become an adult, the child has not healed. Okay, the child has not. And oftentimes, honey, you have to go to, as the adult that you are, and you have to go and talk to your child self.
Yep.
Ha. That right there. But that's real big. That's real big. You have to go and talk to the child you. The adult you. That's why that mirror is so important.
Ooh, y'all better talk about it. Listen, y'all don't know. This is what I teach every day about that mirror. Because the one thing about the mirror is you have no reason to lie to the mirror. Ain't nobody there but you and you.
Wait a minute, hold on. The thing of it is that it's not that you don't have no reason, you can't.
Well, sometimes people don't.
Some
people look in the mirror and still don't be truthful with themselves.
But
I always say you gotta go to the mirror and be honest.
Here's where it is. No, they go to that mirror and they see what it is. They don't acknowledge it.
Okay,
and that's what it is. They don't acknowledge because you can't. When you sitting up there with you, That's why listen to and this is the lesson that I learned when they say tradition teaches that there's no way that you can go that God is not.
Mm.
Even when you try to cry out for the rock to fall on you, the rock won't fall because you trying to take yourself up out of here. Why? Because wherever you go, honey, you can't run from you.
You coming right with you. Wherever
You
you go,
going
you coming
right
right with
with
you.
you. Cause you the one running.
You running from you. That's like we always say, get out
Everything.
your own way. Ain't nobody in your way. That's
Ain't
you in your way.
you.
Move.
You. So this is why folks medicate. Y'all know I tell y'all that sex became my addiction because my drug of choice was sex because that's what I excelled in and carrying on and that was the part or the area in my life where a lot of folks had taken me seriously. You know, I'm too big of a person. I dream big. I'm very intelligent. So a lot of folks got mad at me because I was book smart and they didn't want to gravitate there. I didn't know games. I wasn't cool enough to do all that kind of shit. So whenever I got shunned or whatever, because folks thought that I was bigger than life, I've always been a bigger than life personality. That's a part of my DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But because I didn't know how to accept it, how to gravitate to it, how to learn it and use it for good,
Mm-hmm.
it became my personal hell.
Okay.
To where I would stifle myself, and still do sometimes because I'm nowhere near shy. What it is, my shyness is that when I come and engage a room, I can't come in, with my flame all the way up to where I'm cooking clay, like I'm in a pottery class.
Right.
I had to put on my pilot light and slowly raise the temperature because oftentimes I'm one of those people you're gonna like me or you're gonna hate me. I'm never the one in between.
Listen, we were talking about that today, how that's the kind of person I am. Either you gonna like me or you gonna hate me. And I'm the same way. Either I like you or I don't. I don't have no damn in between. I'm the person that either you want me to tell you the whole truth or you don't want me to tell you shit.
Nothing at all. Right. Right. So with all of that, that there was what it was, honey. So we all have to, when you get into that self, you have to be able and willing to let your grown-up self, because see, the grown-up you has gone through the experiences.
Right.
You have trials, you got a couple things up on your belt, you done learned some things.
Right.
Okay. That is what you have to go to your child self and tell that baby, you okay.
You are fine.
I know it hurts. And yes, wait a minute. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't ready for that. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
What she say? What she say? What my baby say? What my niece say over there?
She said, no, what it is, I'm remembering a conversation I had with my mother. And my mother started crying with me because I said, Mama, Daddy wasn't there for me. And she said, no, baby, he wasn't. But look at you because you okay anyway. I said, but Mama, Daddy wasn't there. And that was the day that I revealed to her that I was going to therapy for sex addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, and in her mind, because I wasn't into S&M, you ain't telling nobody to have nobody beat on you and tie you up in chains and stuff. You now, what you don't know.
Please don't.
What you don't know.
Listen.
But
Listen.
what it was that I had to sit down and that was the first time because it took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to say the words, hi, I am Demetrius Dennis Taylor and I am a sexual addict, sexual compulsive.
Oh, wow.
It took me 2 years to say that because I didn't want to believe it. I was like, I am not addicted to nothing. Don't nothing have control over me like that, honey. My God protects me. God loves me, honey. God got my back. Don't nothing have control over me like that. And there were nights where I would be leaving one of my spots, honey. I had just had the prayer, Lord, if you don't want me to be gay, take it from me. As soon as I said that prayer, bitch, I got up to go over to one of my spots because my regular was coming at 3:45. You hear me? And one time I was crying. I cried myself home because I was like, Lord, I don't know how you put up with me because the more I pray and say this ain't what
The
I
words I do,
want to
right.
do, that's the first thing I run to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I run to. And girl, I was on 12th Street in Detroit because I was living over in the New Center area. I was on 12th Street and Rosa Parks, right at West Grand Boulevard. And I
Okay.
was walking down the street because I was living on Delaware and 12th Street. I'll never forget that. Coming through the Martin Luther King Park that's right there on the corner. And
Mm-hmm.
I had just left the Fisher Building, which was one of my places because I was a bathroom queen. And I was leaving there, and I had just got off the Dexter bus, and I was walking down the street, and I was talking to the Lord out loud. I was like, Lord, I don't know why you put up with me because the more I say I don't want to do this, that's the first thing I run to, and I don't know how to stop myself. I don't know how to stop, and I said,
It's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? Right now, you helping somebody. Whether they want to admit it or not, you are helping somebody.
and part of that was because I was still trying to deny me as a gay man.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want it because I was heavily involved in my church, Union Grace Missionary Baptist. I was in the choir. I was a Sunday school teacher, you know, and things of that nature. And then they got me a Sunday school teacher, and I'm teaching the kids. I'm over the kids. Okay. And I was like, but why is this? I couldn't understand it. I couldn't get it. And then I had to learn what my triggers were.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that was because I was missing my daddy because I had an affinity for older men, which I still do. But now that I am the old man, now I am the old man. Okay,
Well,
20 somethings and carrying on. I'm like, baby, I'm old enough to be your daddy, and carried on. But at that time, a lot of that was daddy issues
mm-hmm.
because I was looking for the love of my father because I didn't feel like I had it. And it took me into a spiral and things, and I was substituting love for sex.
Yeah.
Then I got addicted to the power of it because now I had become in my little places, I become one of the beautiful ones.
Okay.
Okay. I was one of the beautiful ones. Girl, the first time I had somebody fighting over who could do me first, child, literally fighting.
Mm.
Girl, that was power. And a bitch was like, that? Oh, yes. And bitch, I was able to walk up in my little spots and be like, okay, no, I don't want you today. You can't touch me today. I want that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, because we definitely that's a thing that anybody probably could get addicted to, whether it be in sex or any kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what it is. When you find out what it is, and it wasn't just the sex, it was the power in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the validation in it and it carried on. And all of that stemmed from me wanting the love of my father. And then my ex-boyfriend, I didn't really get off it. It really didn't kick until after I had broke up with my very first boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, my very first love. I'm put it that way. My first boyfriend, I was 12, but my first love, okay, I was 19, okay, 18 when I met Michael. And so after he and I was going through this roller coaster of a thing, was when I really got heavy, but still chasing my destiny. and then chasing what being a man was supposed to be about and carrying on. So there was layers to that as well.
Right.
Okay, it was layers to that as well. The word of God called it generational curses. Yes, honey, it is. You know what? Yes, and the Bible does say that, and a lot of people will call it. You know, will call it that. I have I've elevated out of a lot of that because when we were talking on your show, Dr. Marla, when we were talking about when I said pretty words, that's another one of those phrases that becomes that. Because see, and what I mean by pretty words, I mean a lot of folks start to say this stuff over and over and over and over and over,
Mhm.
where they don't have no merit anymore. A lot
Right.
of people hear it, but they really don't understand what it means. They really don't get the gist
Exactly.
of it, and it becomes just church words or something to say because it got more than two. It got more than two syllables, honey. That
It's a
generational,
generational curse.
generational. That's
It's
five
a
syllables.
generational curse. Okay,
That's
well,
a generational curse, honey.
well,
And oh,
when we gonna start to break the curse? When you gonna?
exactly, and that there is that, and so outside of that, as I elevate and grow and accept other ideas and other euphemisms, that there is what it is. But yeah, the Bible does call it generational curses.
It does, because remember in the Old Testament,
Yeah,
when he said, "I will curse your generations to come,"
how about that right there?
he told us. He told us
Healing,
that.
healing starts with you giving the hurt to God. It's an individual one at a time. It's individual healing one at a time. That's right.
It is individual, yes.
And
Because
oh, now
the
wait a minute.
healing. Go
Let
ahead.
me pause right there because that's real big. That right there is real big. That last part, she said it's individual. It's an individual healing. It's an individual healing, one at a time.
Yes.
That there is part of listen.
I was
People,
going to say, please go ahead, because I need to go ahead.
I need y'all to hear me clearly. Okay. This is how whatever you believe in to be your higher power, this is how you grow in it. And in him, her, it. Okay. Each particular aspect, each feeling, each hurt is an individual hurt. That's an individual process. Okay. It's not a one size fit all.
I was going to say this, not a one-stop shop. Please, people,
Okay.
not.
It's not a one size fit all because the backlash of each individual hurt is different because you hurt on different layers at different times in your life, at different experiences. How many of y'all have sat down there and said, damn, I thought I was over this. I've dealt with this before. And then it came back and it hurt even worse the second time around. Okay. And you thought you dealt with it. Why? Because it's a new level.
I was going to say, and at the end of the day, there's a difference between
Yes.
going through it
Ha!
to get to it. You got to go through it to get to the healing. You understand?
Right.
When you have packed down a hurt, a childhood trauma, most of the time, packed it. Just like you packed it, baby, you got to unpack it.
Okay.
It does not disappear. It does not disappear just because you say, you know what, I'm over it. Nope, you ain't never
Let me tell
unpacked.
y'all something. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. In words, listen. How many of y'all got the little kitchen garbage bag? You know, your little kitchen trash bag, trash container, and you know it's the trash. But how many of y'all overstuff that damn bag and you pack it and
You
pack
keep pushing it down.
and pushing it down and pushing it down? But you know you got to take that damn thing out of there to take it
And
to
it's heavy in the mug.
and it's heavy and it starts to break and tear and you're mad at the bag because it's tearing.
Because you bought the Dollar General one and you didn't buy the hefty bag. Look,
Even when you bought the
I'm just
bag,
messing with y'all. I'm just messing
you
with y'all.
don't put so much in it to where the bag now can't support it.
It can't
And it's
support
ripping
it.
and it's tearing. So now you got to take the whole can outside to dump the whole can.
And because you're going to have to pick up all
But
what
you're
fell
going to have
out.
to pick it up.
You got to pick the pieces up, honey. The way you packed it
Yes.
down. Now you got to unpack it, pick up the shit.
Right there.
You
Right there. Right there. Now that's your visual. That's your visual. Okay. And that's what we do.
You can't say from something that you've been going through since a child that you done pack, and then all of a sudden, one day you watch a young one and you say, I'm over it. No, baby, you not over it. She's helping somebody else.
Right.
You still gotta unpack your shit and do your work.
How about that? How about that? How about that? That's still big, Dr. Holler. One. Wait a minute. Let me put that back up there because I'm finna misquote. I want to quote it right.
Mm-hmm.
It's an individual healing, one at a time. God, that is so big. I want to hear you do your sermon on that because I know that's coming. I know if you already done it, send it to me because that is real big. That right there. It's an individual healing, one at a time.
And can I let me put something in there on
Go ahead. Oh, go.
Because it is an individual healing. Individual. That word. Let's take that. Individual. You may have gotten through yours. You may have unpacked yours in the way that you did yours. But keep on remembering the next person is an individual.
Right.
So you cannot, because you may have done your work, put it on the next person and say, all you got to do is this. Because it don't work like that for everybody.
For everybody.
You can suggest, you can say,
I was just going to say that. I would just suggest.
Listen, you can suggest and say, hey, I know your thing is this and my thing was that. These are some of the things that I did.
I tried.
That may help you. See if any of these help you. Because nobody get it the first time.
That's right.
You gotta go through some shit.
That's right.
Test some shit until you can get to what's gonna work for you. So, you know, when Dr. Marla tell y'all it's an individual healing, I need you to understand because we got some people out here who think, oh, I done did my work. I can just tell you this all you need to do.
Right.
That's where that judgmental shit come in.
Right. Or thinking that it's the right answer because what we have is there's several answers.
Right. Right.
2 plus 2 was 4, but so is
1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So is 3
and
plus
so is 3 plus 3 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So is 5 minus 4.
Okay.
Okay, 9 minus 5, rather, it's 4.
Come on.
Okay.
It's that thing where we had to. It always takes me back to that, like that each one teach one.
Right.
You can't give it to them. You can give them some suggestions, some help. It's like that teaching a man to fish as opposed to giving him the fish.
That's right. That's right.
You giving me your solution.
Uh-huh.
But you ain't helped me with no steps to get to mine.
Hello.
You can't give me yours because it's an individual healing.
Right.
But if you know some stuff, please, yes, help the next person.
And that's what it is. Don't hold back information.
Right.
That's what we do. We like to hold back information. Don't hold the information back.
Right.
Give it to me, honey, and then give me the option of choice.
Because then think about this. Our childhood traumas and all that kind of stuff like that. When you say to somebody, well, all you got to do is do that, and that don't work.
And that don't work. Then
you bring in a whole new set of hurt.
Number one, a whole new
because now what's wrong with me?
Right.
What's wrong with me? They said all I had to do was, and that didn't work for me.
And
so
how about this?
More hurt on top of all the other hurt.
And let's add this here because see what that then does now is hold you accountable. Because they got somebody to sit down there to blame. Instead of dealing with what they need to deal with, they got somebody else to blame.
Right. So now you packing it down, you're packing your own shit down some more because
in
now
the trash.
you gotta write down. You switch gears. Well, Meech had told me all I had to do was this. And I did that his ass lied. You know what? I'm over this shit.
Right. Exactly.
And you still ain't working with it.
Right.
We do have to watch what we say, how we present stuff, especially when you're in a place of trying to help. Because sometimes we have people who are so, and I don't really like to say the word, but I do, so judgmental or so think that they so holier than thou and
Yeah.
up here
Yeah.
and we down here, forgetting that back in the 80s you was a crackhead, but you are this now, and they forget all that stuff.
Right. Right.
That you're not really. I think a lot of times those certain people that I'm talking about really mean to help, but their demeanor has gone to that better than you. So I could tell you because I did this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not given in a way of, baby, I might not have that same exact hurt, but when I went through blah, 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 it might be somebody in the same faith.
Tell her don't stop and let God touch their heart with love. Love covers all. She talking about my cousin because she said she gonna pop him. We ain't doing that.
That's what it is.
And you're right. That is where the hurt is. A lot of times, see that whole thing of getting up there talking about here we come again. It is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It is hurt. But that's what we have to acknowledge. But at the same time, my cousin, she said, nah. She said, Marla, nah, I'm going to stop there because we ain't doing that no more.
Okay. Yes.
We ain't doing that no more. And listen, let me tell you something. My cousin is very adamant about that, okay? She's very adamant. She said, she said, Meech. And they call me Michi. She said, Michi. She said, I'm telling you, She said, because every funeral that we have had, we've had the same thing over and over and over and over again. She said, at this one, no, we're not going to do that this time because we all grown and carrying on, and it's time for us to sit down there and take that responsibility because it's not just sad that we don't. No, how come you haven't? But take responsibility, and then I'm gonna tell you the beauty of it because she also said, and that includes me because I haven't done my part neither.
And see, that's accountability.
When she said that,
the accountability.
Baby, I listen. Yes. That made me love my cousin even more to where I can't wait to go home because I just want to hug her neck and be like,
you sound like my grandma. My grandma used to say that.
I want to hug her neck, honey.
Come here, baby. Let me
neck, honey. I just want to
tell you, hug my neck.
Yeah. And honey, the whole idea of it is that it gives me joy that my younger cousins are getting it. But she said something to me. She said, but we looked at y'all. Y'all were the ones who showed us what life was about when we were kids, And that's not a good thing or a bad thing or to shame you or whatever. We just learned what to do, what not to do, how to handle this. If y'all was out there fighting, we saw it. If y'all was out there, she told me something. She said, Uncle Meech, I remember you keeping a razor under your tongue, and I only did that once, I think it was, and I was talking about it, but she remembered it. Okay, now I used to carry a knife in my purse. I had a cleaver, a meat cleaver. They used to, if y'all ever remember, they used to sell miniature meat.
Small ones, I remember.
At the grocery store, they called them cheese slices. That's what I used to carry in my purse. I used to have my little clutch. I used to have my meat cleaver.
You know why I know it was? Because my grandma used to always get the thing from Pepperidge Farm.
Yes.
The assorted cheese thing.
Yes. Yes.
And the jellies and all that. That's why she had it. And they had a little cutting board.
And I used to carry that in my purse. And then because Freddy Krueger was the thing, we always tell leave it to Cleaver. That was our kind of joke.
Leave it to Beaver, leave it to Cleaver.
But the Cleaver, how the bitch, I will cut I'll cut you the fuck up and won't give a damn. Okay. Thank God I never had to use it. I was about to. But God stepped in.
Look, you had the Cleaver. I had remember the little mini baseball bats they used to have?
Yes.
I always had, back then I had my Gucci book bag. I had a red one. It still said Louisville Snug on one.
Yes, you know what? As a matter of fact, I need to go
right in there. Ooh, I wish you would.
I need to go find one of those actually, honey, because
That would be so
okay,
cute.
We'll talk later. Okay, my kids too. Big Red, so sorry for your family loss too. Okay. Oh, you said Booger. In the building. Okay. That's Nay. Hey, y'all. Look at that.
Hey, Nay.
Nikki, for real, I almost said, let me come there I was like, we need to counsel tonight. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, Miss Red. Okay. Nana Red. How about that?
No, Red. Yes.
Okay. What
Just
you
sideways. Well, you get there, sis. You get there, boo. Give it one more week, girl. You're going to be good.
Okay. Cuz got a big ass drink.
Oh, Meech always.
You know what? Now, that's another one of my cousins. This is my cousin's son. This is my cousin, your mom's
Okay.
son. Uh-huh.
Hey, little cuz.
Child, listen, you need to come on here more often, honey. And this is my Applebee's glass that I stole from New York when I was at Applebee's. I had two of them. One of them broke. So that means when I go to Applebee's in New York again, I'm going to get three because I need four.
Y'all know I can't talk because I take the little, y'all know the little, what you call, the cast of the little, oh,
Okay.
thank you, Dr. Mark. That the little tiny, the personal cast iron little thing.
Okay, me to be dressed in her. Molly, you haven't seen it? Let me see some pictures because, girl, you ain't going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. Most folks don't.
I love it.
Most folks don't. Most folks don't. And that's what it is. I can't neither. I need help.
Listen, honey. No, we ain't got no.
My last book was called "Say Amen to the Healed You." Be a dysfunctional family member survivor. Ha!
Come on, I love that.
I need to read that. You know what, Dr.
On,
Marla, I need to get that book, and then we need to come in and discuss that book in its entirety. I'm gonna hold myself to that. I want to do that.
Yes,
okay?
That's great.
Hey, that's old school. He done embarrassed you. Yeah, he did, honey. Don't disrespect my boy. I'm your daddy. Okay, right. I had one of those moments with my mom too. Did you? Yeah.
I did too. That's why
The
when you
explosion
said, I was
process,
like,
girl.
I
Listen,
did
I'm
too.
telling you,
Like
honey.
that was
I'm
just
telling you. Because, girl, when he called my name like that, and then he embarrassed me in front of my friend, well, my business associate, and it was all of that went through my mind. But I think the most furious I was 22 years old at the time. I had not lived in the same house with my dad since I was 8 years old. That's when he and my mother broke up. The divorce became final in 1980. Okay, I was 10 years old then. Okay.
Let my mom and dad tell her they divorce was never for real final.
See,
but they both done been married again. I'm like,
wait a minute. But see, the thing of it, what Mama said, Daddy never showed up to court to contest it. He never. Now, here's what this is for me. I think he never came to court because he didn't want to go back to jail, because I think he would have thought that they would have tried to find charges on him or something.
Yeah.
You know. Now that's my personal belief. I've never asked him. I think I will. That's gonna be something that I'm gonna ask him. But at the same time, my daddy is also one who doesn't like to talk about his feelings. He'll bottle shit up.
Yeah.
He will bottle shit up because he don't talk. Okay. However, at the same time,
but we got to think about it. That's how they were. Like, remember, I told you I had to do a thing between one of my younger brothers and my dad. And I remember my dad said, because my little brother has been hurt for a long time, right? And we was talking, and he was like, he just don't even realize how bad we had it, right? Y'all know we had different moms. So I'm like, but Mark, have you ever talked to Daddy? And he's like, man, like he should know. Like we always have this thing, like,
right.
You know? Right. So one day I said, you know what, y'all are going to talk, and y'all gonna let each other say what y'all need to say without interruption, so you can let him know how you feel, because he doesn't know. So when I called my dad to tell him that they need to have his dog, my dad was really like, what is he talking about? He was like, I was there for him, like I provided for him and everything, blah, 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 blah. Mark's thing was, and I didn't even realize it at the time because I had an aha moment. I'm 8 years older than him. Daddy, by the time Mark got to be at that point where he really needed you as a little boy, like 10 years old,
right?
You didn't have all that shit you used to have no more. So you were not providing for him. He was talking about like him and his mom not having stuff and all kinds of stuff. Because in my dad's head, he provided for everybody. But
So
he really forgot that Mark didn't
but
get the
Mark
same
didn't
thing.
get that. Right.
He didn't get the same thing that I got. And when I said that to him, he was like, oh damn. And then I remember my little brother saying, yeah, I'm going to, he said, no, he called me after. He said, I finally went and I talked to Daddy, blah, blah, blah. He said, and guess what? I said, well, he said, and I took Marley with me. So my brother took my son with him so he could have a talk with his father. And it was so needed.
Yeah.
So that my son can see this. They need to talk this out because my brother had a lifetime of hurt that my father really did not realize.
Okay. The peacemaker. Oh, I'm there, but God had you covered. He gave it to the one he knew could handle it. Purpose. Hallelujah. I'm gonna tell you what I know. And you're right about that, honey, because see, like my mother said, if she had to do it all over again, she would let me have my childhood. She said, but when I showed it to you what to do, you got it on the first time, and I dumped it in your lap because I needed help. You know, and what it was, I never considered myself the man of the house because that was something my mother didn't play, which is one of the reasons why I don't play that. No, I'm your son. I'm not the man in the goddamn house. I'm your son. You know, but what's not gonna happen is now this is me being personal, not understanding my mother as a woman. That's gonna be that's a separate conversation. We're gonna do that on another time because I had to learn my mother as a woman.
Right. Not just your mom.
Not just my mother. Because when she was dating and carrying on, I didn't understand. Girl! I did not get that until after I had come out and understood what it was to needing the comfort of a man. Okay. When I sat up there and was in my own little thing and was feeling, I just spilled this drink. No! Damn it! I didn't spill it in there. I spilled it on the goddamn table and on my books. Oh, that means I wasn't supposed to have no more. That's what it means. That's what the God was telling me, honey.
Put it down, get on.
It's just that, and all I got is just a swallow left, girl. I got a swallow just a swallow left in the container.
All I wanted was a swallow.
Okay, a swallow left in the container. Oh, I'm evil with myself because, child, I'm sitting up here trying to get the damn paper. Fucking with the damn paper. God damn it. Oh, Demetrius. Girl, you need your ass whooped for this shit, bitch. Well, I owe you one. Oh. Yeah, I talk to myself like that, y'all. Damn it.
I do too.
No, they ain't crazy yet. They ain't seen me slap myself yet.
Oh, Lord.
I've done that when I've done some real stupid shit, honey. I go in the mirror and I slap the shit out my own ass. I'm like, girl, you know that's dumb. That was dumb and stupid. And you need to be slapped. And I slap myself. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let me go back to the comments because I just spilled my drink, so I forgot what I was on the road saying something.
Lord.
Man, I'm there with you. Where y'all at? Ha, okay, okay. Or where you were. Okay, ha. It was. Ha, okay. Lord, you on that cuz. Okay, right. That's my cousin, honey.
Yes.
We got a piggy in our family too. Really? I think his real name is Willie. I think he named after his daddy. Willie. Because Cutie, who was my Uncle Willie, that's his name, Willie. His name is Cutie. He had 2 kids, and I think his son was named after him, but don't quote me because I said don't quote me. Ain't that a damn shame? That's my first cousin. I can't tell you, I can't think his name. Okay. Change took place. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. God had to work it out for you later to understand. Say that, Marla.
Yep.
Babies having babies. You know it. Okay, you know it. I was in foster care for 21 months. We need to only openly discuss We're going to be helping people to heal. Yes, baby. Listen. One of the things that we have to understand is transparency is everything. For those who don't like to talk about their problems and carry on, I get it because your paranoia is somebody using something against you in your face or throwing it back in your face. But if it's your dirt and you reveal your dirt, ain't nothing
They can't do nothing they can do to you, baby.
ain't nothing to tell. There is nothing to tell. You understand? What you say? I feel you, Nikki. My father committed suicide. So yes, I feel you. Wow. Really? Oh my God. Girl, that was my dad, except mine was in prison. Okay.
Did you hear me say he was at Federal College, Marlon?
Okay, yeah, Federal College, honey. I need to talk y'all this typing. Y'all show right about those triggers, okay? Them secrets, okay, right. Secrets, okay. Yes, honey. Because God will make sure you see yourself sooner or later. Now,
come on, that right there, baby.
Right there. Right there. Yes, baby. Who? She didn't step down. She's not running for re-election. We'll talk about that in a minute. No, she didn't step down. She's not going to run for a second term. That's all. Who? Keisha. She's sick of this shit. Yeah, she's sick of it, honey. And that's what it is. Okay. Hey, Riri and Tashina, how y'all doing? You know, he called me a Riri. He called you Tashina Arnold.
I love you, Leo.
That's my baby. Good evening, y'all. Loving the hair, Aunt Nikki. Okay.
Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you.
Sex is a lot of people's way of masking their pain. Yeah, it is. And one of the things is because it's instant gratification. Sex, and then it's also being caught up in the fantasy of what you think is love. Because for so long, a lot of us think that we equate sex with love. And if you touch me and coddle me or inside of me or I'm inside of you or whatever, and we join together, a lot of us believe that we have made ourselves believe that that's what love is. And then society on a whole has they reinvest into that particular idea, and that's not the right word. That's not the right word I'm trying to go for. What's the word I'm looking for? That's not the right word, but society sits up there and fuels all that. They subscribe to that, and it's hard. It's really hard. I feel you, Aunt Nikki, because the hard thing is learning what you have to understand what is addictive behavior versus what is you just having a healthy sexual life.
Yeah, because some people's sex lives are more abundant.
Yeah,
than others.
That's a very good word, and that's the one thing that you have to understand: what is healthy versus non-healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And see, and what we mean by healthy is understanding who you are as a sexual being.
Right.
Okay. And yeah. But ain't nothing like an old fool, honey. Tell me about it. Okay. Y'all got me rolling. Stop it. That's all right. Let it out, baby. Thank you, baby. Okay. Healing and deliverance is taking place in you right now. Come on now. Yeah. Okay. God loves you, and so do I. I love you right back. Thank you, baby.
The thing is, when we do these things, it's about us being able to help somebody else. So when we're transparent about what it is we're going through or have gone through or whatever, it can help somebody, but you helping yourself at the time because you are letting it out. It might be something that you ain't never talked about. And now we're like, you know what, we on this topic, so fuck it, let's let it go.
Let it rip. Exactly.
And then the healing begins.
When you hit them 50s plus, OMG, honey, girl. Okay, listen, I'm 39, and I love the mature, seasoned man, and many of us want an older man. But because of stability, yes, honey. And you're right, because a lot of that, that mature man was supposedly, because that's a lot of that is fantasy. Then when you realize that you're more mature or more stable than the person that you were seeking, it then destroys their fantasy. So it's like, okay, you know what? Y'all full of shit too. Okay. Addicted to the power. Yes, ma'am. I surely was. Because it became that there was the secondary. You know, that was the secondary in it because yeah, the power of it, I never realized the power of what the power was. And then it shift from a physical power to a mental power, you know, because then I had to deal with myself mentally because I found myself getting jealous over things that I had no business being jealous over. And I found myself wanting to play I spy with my little eye whenever somebody was having sex that I thought should have been having sex with me. They were
Oh,
having sex with somebody else. And the jealousies and things that, oh my girl, yeah, that's horrible. It became a buzzword. Yes, it did. Just become just another phase, right? Okay. To the fourth and fifth generation, exactly. What you say? Speak, my brother. Come on now.
right.
Pick a lot of stuff back up because it's what familiar feelings are. You know what? I say this all the time to people who are divorced. Oftentimes, you go back and pick, go back to your ex or have sex with your ex because it's something that you know. It's something familiar.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
I don't have to put
Yep.
up with nothing anymore. I
I
know what
don't want to
you're
learn
gonna
nothing new when I already
do.
know what's
Right. I
going
know what you
on. Yeah.
about and
I
we
done
know how
been
to
there.
do this. You
I
know,
done
we,
been
we know
there.
how to do this. You know, and yeah, yeah, oh my God, yes. When things are familiar, you feel better going back to it. Y'all teaching right here. Girl, come on now. You got to empty your spiritual garbage bag. Amen, amen, and amen. Come on now,
Mm.
princess. Okay.
Oh,
It's in my
princess.
book. Is it in the book, girl? I got to get this book. She said it's in the book. But the next family may not be where you are, and that there is true.
Right.
And that's why
These discussions are
growth,
so important.
exactly. Exactly. Because see, if I'm here, we have to accept them where they are and encourage them to move forward, which is why for those of y'all who still in the church and are traditional with your beliefs and carrying on and traditional teachings, this is why fellowship is important. This is why I say fail not to assemble. Because your
Mhm.
testimonies, honey, I don't care how grown you think you are. I'm a grown ass man, I'm a grown ass woman. Your life is not yours.
Right.
Your life ain't yours. Your life is for somebody else. Everything that you go through, yes, you learned the lesson, but you learned the lesson to teach it to somebody else, honey. Your stories and your testimonies, your trials and tribulations are for somebody else so that they can glean from you. Okay. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But baby, when you learn that, honey, then you learn, then your prayers change. Because I have to tell like what my son is going through.
Hmm.
Like, Lord, I don't know why you have him on this journey, but please let this journey be quick and let it
Yeah.
be steadfast. And then God speed so that we can get through this, so He can come out on the other side of this so we can move forward. Because I don't know why, but I can't fix this. I can't. This is what I can't fix.
Right.
This is all you. This is all you. So for whatever the reason is, give it to both of us so you could ease my mind and I could stop sitting down here crying out and saying, Lord,
Mm.
why? Okay, ease my mind and give me the peace that I need to be okay because I know you got this. I know you got it. Just give me the peace I need to be settled with it.
Yes.
You
Give me
understand?
the peace and the strength to get
I
through.
know. Woo!
Can you please give me the peace and the strength I need to get through this? I
That's
told you that time when Molly had got in that little bit of trouble, and I didn't know that the little citation and stuff that they gave me was that I had to go to court for that. And I remember they came and they locked my behind up to my, and I had never been arrested before in my life, y'all.
Woo! Okay.
Man, jail? What? And it
Okay.
was one of them things where it was a failure to appear. And here in Georgia, failure to appear ain't no bond.
How about that?
They came to get me on a Friday. The failure to appear court wasn't until Wednesday. Do y'all know what I said? When I got in there and I laid there, I finally laid down because I cried at first because I was like, this is bullshit.
Right, right, right. Okay.
When I finally laid down, I said, God, if this is a part of the lesson that he has to learn, then okay. And
Well,
then, and that was the only thing that I think. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, those long 5 damn days in my life, I swear to God, like this is that
right.
was the y'all know I have an illness that takes me through to hell and back with the pain. But those was the 5 longest days in my damn life. They wasn't the hardest, but they damn sure
Oh,
was the longest.
right. Long.
And I had to. I don't even know. I guess God gave me the words to say back then. I don't know. But what I said, those were the words, and I never forget it. I said, God, if this is a part of the lesson that he has to learn, then okay. Because I knew I had done anything wrong.
You had to release it. You have to release it and give it back to see. Oftentimes, what we have to do as people is learn how to release. When we're out of control, you have to give it to to something that's in control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and realize and surrender to it, because we want to be the one that's all powerful, but we're not.
And
You
what
have
about them times,
to surrender.
because you and I, we go through this. What about the time when you just don't want to be the strong one? Sometimes that's why we say you gotta check on your strong friends.
That there is always,
Sometimes we don't always want to be that. Sometimes can you just let me be?
yeah, yeah. Let me have my moment to break or to disassemble. You know, how many times have y'all put the puzzle together? Y'all put all the pieces together, but it wasn't no fun no more, was it? It's
Because
like,
you
what
don't
do
got
I do now?
time. Especially if it's the big one. You don't got
Right.
time.
And then you move on to the next. So what do? You take it apart. For those of you who didn't glue it together to put up on the wall,
To put it up on the wall you take it apart.
you got to take it apart and put it back in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else to do it, right? So when you start to take it apart, it's where it starts to unravel again. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that there is where a lot of the healing is, because it's like I've done this. I can do
Need
this.
to break it down. I can break it down.
Break it down. I can do this again.
And you can look and analyze all the pieces.
Right. Aha. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. A lot of parents do this too to their children. Well, Johnny, don't be mad when I left him while you still acting like it's bothering you, Marky. Okay. Right. Right.
Cause
Right.
it was. Look, cause it
Right.
was.
Right. You in my book meets the blame game. Okay. I need that. I'm working on this as we speak with my therapist. I'm starting to understand many of the patterns I've learned as a gay man were done out of survival and learned behavior. Also,
Wow.
I didn't have good examples of healthy. Okay,
Mm. See
exactly.
right there. And Leo, right there, more people need to hear that. More people need to hear that, whether it be people in the LGBT community
Right.
or just people in general. But more so, I think there are so many people like the time when my daughter's friend and she said, uh, hey, and then I ain't trying to help. They could be trying to be nosy. Oh, I got another one for you right
Oh,
after I say this. When
yeah.
I said my daughter's friend and their parents didn't accept them, won't accept them. They think they're going to pray it away, and this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. And they wanted to understand why I am what the way I am with my daughters. And I was like, listen, you can't compare me to your mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in a Bible thumping house.
Right.
Okay, we had our religion, but it wasn't banged into my head either.
Right.
So I wasn't one of those. I didn't come from a Bible thumping house, and I wasn't a Quran thumping mom to my kids either. So my views for me with my kids, especially when it came to the Most High, is whatever is going to be the right path to lead you in the light
Uh-huh.
is for you.
For you.
I
Yeah.
can teach you what I know, and I can show you what I'm learning. However,
Your
the
relationship is
choice is
personal,
yours.
honey. Right.
Your relationship with God is yours.
Your relationship is personal, honey. I can't do nothing with that. I
Exactly.
will give you the tools to understand who
That's all.
God
Yes.
is according to how I learned it. Now you
And
go
that's why
to
you will
God
see
on
my
your own.
children are all different. Timmy, Timmy is Christian. He's not Bible thumping or nothing like that, but he likes Jesus.
Right.
You know,
Uh-huh.
he loves Jesus, and I love my son because listen, he loves the Lord.
Right. Okay.
Molly and Redman, they still Islam is the thing that works for them.
Right.
Keisha and Cole are more spiritual like I am. You know
Right.
what I mean? But for me, like I told my kids, as long as you walking in the lights,
Then
your journey is your journey, honey. It's yours.
see?
It's yours. And it's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. But like I always say, your journey is your journey. And the way you get there might not be the way that I get there. But as long as we get there is the thing.
That's the
Because
T.
if I fly and you drive, I'ma still meet you there.
Ha ha.
You
And
know, I
then
use
you
that
have
analogy all the time. It don't matter how you went because the person that's like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, that's what they need to do.
okay.
I feel your cousin, but
They talking through
bring
their
the bring the clever back.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm asking God to allow you not to steal from Applebee's anymore.
He paid for it in the gratuity and all that stuff. He paid for it. He ain't stealing. He ain't stealing. He paid for it. Listen, if I had a to-go box, my food was still in my little daggone thing. So like Cole say, we thought they meant for us to take that one too.
H2 was in here. What you say? That is, parents are people. We don't see them like that until we grown ourselves.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Okay. Bounty, please. Okay, right. Okay. Eric laughing. Because Preacher Fosse is on the line. No more, no more, the Lord said. Good to the last drop. Okay, right. Did you say if you got your gift or not? I have not. I have been in and out. Oh no, I didn't say no. I haven't gotten it yet. It hasn't come yet. No, and it didn't come today. And I checked the mailbox. I have nothing there outside of something my son sent me. He sent me his little letters and stuff that is as on the day I sent them. That's why I said it like that. Okay. Here in Detroit, Chef Craig is resigning on Monday. Chief Craig, really? Okay. Apparently, he is considering running for governor of Michigan as a Republican. Shaking my head. Oh Lord. Okay, interesting. The acceptance that society has about sex is not always healthy or right. Child, trust me, honey. Now you said a mouthful there. And healthy sex is an individual thing. Exactly.
Yep.
Yes, it is. That's why I'm. That's why writing my book was
It's
important.
most important. Yep.
Okay, because see, when let me tell y'all something about writing because I've written 2 books. Okay, and I believe there's a third one up in here, but it's not going to be the same structure as this one. I think the third one is going to be a novel. But in writing these books, it's because we need manuals, we need tangibles. Okay. And many times, a lot of us may be saying the same things, but oftentimes it's how folks phrase things, it's how folks put things that other people will get it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because Dr. Marla, folks, you have a following and folks understand your reasoning and your talk. And folks are able to sit down and they can understand your teaching. Whereas other folks may not, and somebody like Aunt Nikki can sit down there and say the same thing that you said, but it would be in her delivery and her spunk that they'd be like, oh, girl, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's why these books are necessary. They're tools, okay, to put into your treasure box, into your toolbox, so that when you're able and you need something, honey, you got the tools there. Okay, you got your tools, honey. And if you want to be like Jesus, when he's the master carpenter, you need your tools, honey.
You
You
need your tools.
you
You
need
can't build without the tools,
you
honey.
need your tools, honey. Okay, okay, yes, okay.
And make that work for whatever it is you're doing. If you a chef, you can't cook without the right knives.
Shut up. She's not. This is I will never be traditional in God. He's not a traditional God. He he's not a traditional God. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. He's a transitional God. Ah, say it. He's not traditional, he's transitional. Give it to me, girl. Okay. When you don't want to be strong, God steps in. And you know what? I can't argue with that because there are times where, you just want to listen. Can I just have my moment? Can I just sit down here and just weep? I'm gonna put that on the shirt. And I told my friend, I said, everybody want to talk about John 3:16. I said, no. The scripture to do is John 11:34. John 11:34. Jesus wept. Okay.
You know what I from that one? You think you sow this and you sow that. Jesus wept. So who the hell
wept? Okay. And I'm telling you, I'm putting it on the t-shirt, honey. John 11:34. Jesus wept. Okay.
You said that one about when you can't something. What did they say? Was it Leo said something about when you can't
Wait. Did you put that in there?
Oh yeah, that one, the other one. When God, when you don't be put that one that you just had before the Jesus wept.
Wait a minute. Wait. Which one? About the transitional?
No. Right before that. When you don't want to be strong, God steps in. Psalms 34:4. I called upon the name of the Eternal. He heard me and delivered me from all my fears. Call on him.
See?
Now, I know in the King James Version, I think it say I called upon the name of the Lord. But I read it from Torah. And the Torah translation is called upon the name of the Eternal. He heard me and he delivered me from all my fears. Baby, you better do it. See? When I tell you that will work, I promise you it worked. That's how I got through that little 5 days I had to.
Okay, what you say? I didn't come from all that either. All in the church growing up. I brought my kids up in the church, but I allowed my kids to be who they are. They are 35, 33, 30, and almost 15. Okay. How about that? Okay.
You know that mine is 34, 31, and 30, about to be 32 and 31. 28.
Oh, wait a minute. Was that you that sent me the Super Friends? You sent that? Because it did.
Got there.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. He has been waiting.
Wait a minute. Because it came yesterday. You know,
where do you think it came from, Meech?
Wait a minute. No. Because it's on my wish list, right?
Oh.
I have it on my wish list. I was like, I don't remember ordering this. I said, because it came yesterday, right? I didn't know where it was coming from. I said, wait a minute. I said, I have that on my wish list. I don't remember putting it. I don't remember ordering this because I ordered so much from Amazon. I said,
me too.
My daughter said, but can't you go in and check it? I said, yeah. And I never went back to check it. And now that you say, according to Amazon, it's been delivered, it came yesterday. So you sent me the Super Friend. Yes! Hi, bitch! Yes!
He been waiting to make sure you got it too.
Hi, bitch! Yes! I got it. I sure as hell did.
Look, where's that? Let me see. Can I see it?
Have it in the DVD.
I gotta get ready to take my behind the beat.
Right up on top of the DVD player by the phone.
Y'all, I think I'm hungry, but it's too damn late to eat.
It's by the phone. Look up there by the phone. Don't look in front of the DVD player. Look up top.
That'd be me all day.
Okay, exactly. Cool. Yes. Aha! Okay, I'm sitting up there saying to myself, I don't remember ordering this. I said, but I know it's on my list. I said, oh God, did I click something I didn't know I clicked it? Because Look by the phone, girl. The phone is right there. It's two. No, I'm.
That's your child. We might have to see this tomorrow, y'all.
No, ha! Yes, cheering. I got it, baby. Yes, I do.
So who sent it to you, Nikki?
No.
Buck sent it.
Right here, honey. Yes, indeed. I got it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ha! Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. And this is the first season, honey, of the Super Friends challenge of the Super Friends. This is when they was going up against Lex Luthor and all of them, and the Riddler.
Wait, is my one twins in there? Y'all know I be careful. Is my one twins in there?
I
was activate, honey.
I don't think they were here with the Legion of Doom.
Oh,
because
shit.
that was a whole nother series, because they didn't have any enemies. You know, they had Gleeky carrying on, and they really didn't have any rivals at the time. The Legion of Doom, honey, is when all the Super Friends are up against their greatest.
Up against, right.
You know. Yeah. I sure you better.
See, people think about you.
Okay, the cheering. Okay, the cheering. Okay.
All right, listen, y'all. Nikki is for some reason the last days. I don't know if the pollen's been high or whatever, but the last few days I've been having terrible headaches and they don't come till night.
You know, that's a good thing. What challenge was our first lesson in life was how we deal with our haters. Now, you know what? You gonna make it to a lesson. You better tell me. Now that's that there is real good. That's real good, honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all how we deal with our haters, just like this. Hey.
Okay. Now listen.
Look, you see us?
That okay. Now listen, what we're gonna do, let me take a small commercial break.
Okay, we just want to take a break. I'm gonna take my ass in there and lay down because, like I said, for the last few nights, I don't know if it's something going on with the pollen or whatever, but I've been getting bad headaches, but I don't get them until the nighttime.
Yeah, it's changing the weather. It's just like with me. My allergies don't stop bothering me until it's nighttime. Yeah, that's why I'm always rubbing my eyes.
Yeah, like I get real, like my allergies do, especially with the itchy part. I don't start itching until nighttime. But the last few nights, I think some of the sinus stuff is starting to happen. Oh, right. Y'all, but guess what? All the stuff that we just planted starting to grow. My little cucumbers got all these leaves and stuff.
Really? Wait a minute. You know what? Don't go nowhere yet. I'm gonna play this before you leave.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Let me play this first. The thing of it is that it's sad because there are some women like this, but catch this.
Basically, what you do is you go over to girl house. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time she let you come through. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hit her at her house the first time. It's the only way the plan is gonna work. So you get her to let you come over there and hit her at her crib. You dog it down. You feel me? Beat the doonies all the way down. You feel me? And then fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure it's on a day that you know she gotta go to work in the morning. You feel me? So you come over there, kill it, fall asleep. If she wake up in the morning and just go to work and don't wake you up and tell you to leave or nothing like that, then just don't never leave. Just post up, you know what I'm saying? When she come back, be there, you know what I'm saying? Dishes washed, you feel me? Like, you done cook some little burgers, some little dilly burgers, you found some little hamburger meat in the freezer, and made some little dilly hamburgers and fries when she got off work, like, blunt roll. Now you in there. If she let you stay that night and you hit her again that night, and then she wake up and go to work again, you live there. You feel me? Go get some clothes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go get some clothes. Just leave the door unlocked. Go grab you some clothes. Leave the door unlocked so you can get back in. You don't never want to not be there. You don't never want her to be able to get in the crib while you ain't there. until you all the way locked in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the move, man. Just go over there and kill it one time and post up.
Hell no.
Oh, girl, listen, honey. Like I said,
Hell no.
what becomes of the brokenhearted? And see, this is why when I talk about the ripple effect, see, this is
Take
one
this
of
damn
those ripples.
Tylenol stuff right now, cause I don't even believe that shit is happening. I
This
thought I was
here,
going somewhere. I'm not going nowhere.
this here is one of those ripples that when we talk about the brokenhearted, and I started this off talking about how do broken men raise men, but they end up raising other broken men. Now the thing of it is, now he put all this to be, and I'm sure he was.
I know he was doing it to be funny,
No. But the
but I
whole,
think it's people like that.
the sad thing is that no, he's spitting game because we know folks just like that. Okay, we know women who accept that kind of
Just
behavior.
yes, that's the part.
That's
Because
the
it ain't
part.
about the dude, it's the
It's the
women.
girl who say it's okay. It's all right. And then now wait a minute, because I can't say it's just the girls because the African community, honey, there's a number of us, honey. This is what we call prison trade. This is the kind of trade that'll come out if you live in a place where there's a cold climate and you get snow.
Oh
These
yeah.
are the kind of the trade that come out right when the weather about to change.
I
Okay,
talked about this too, because that ain't just in the LGBT.
right
That's
when
over
the
here
weather
too,
about to
honey.
change, honey, is when you get this kind of trade that come in, love up on you, want to be all up on it, because they know you gonna put them up.
Look, and right before spring about to start,
Yeah,
the
right.
arguments coming in.
That's right. That's
Why
right.
you don't do shit right?
We call
This
that
getting on
prison.
my
That's
nerves.
what
I'm
we call
about
the
to
prison
be.
break. We call that prison break because that's now because they can handle the elements. They can be outside on their own and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So that's what we call prison break because now the arguments will start and now they done sit up there did all this. So now they're finna get back out into the world. Do
Mm-hmm.
their thing. And it's called trade because they're community property. Because what happened is they go to somebody else. They go to another
Mm-hmm.
person, somebody in your circle or a bitch you see at the park all the time and do the same exact thing. The same exact thing. While you so busy cussing them out, you done told girlfriend over here, girl, this boy over here, he ain't doing nothing. And then that
Mm-hmm.
piece of trade, honey, that end up at her house for the next winter. But girl, he was out here. I just felt so bad. No, bitch. Okay.
I
No,
already told you.
okay. No, bitch. Okay. Let me do one more. Now listen. Now this is a different whip. This is a different ripple. Check
Okay.
this out because see, I think this is a teaching lesson. Come on.
So many men during my era were deceived into living what is called the thug life. But it wasn't until recently did I create an acronym for it because I understand now truly what a thug was. A thug is a traumatized human unable to grieve. A person who wears trauma like it's a badge of honor. And then we wonder why we're so quick to lose it at the slightest offense. When you walk around with your threshold for tolerance here, as soon as anything happens, you're going to snap. It doesn't mean that you're real. It just means that you haven't allowed your heart to purge all the pain that you feel. So my brothers, crying like a man is deeper than shedding physical tears. It's about releasing the trauma and emotional pain held in our hearts and minds for years. Although trauma is something that we all will experience, we have to stop acting like trauma is just a part of the black experience.
Listen, and what he said, man, I just did a panel the other day talking to our ladies because I was speaking about how I appreciate the men's panel that Buck
But
does. And I said, listen, you want to wonder why we have a bunch of men who have so much stuff bottled up. They snapping and all kinds of stuff. I said, because guess what? Because I know I probably was guilty of it too. Probably didn't do it as much, but I'm pretty sure I was guilty of it too. Stop crying. Man up. Stop
yeah,
crying like a little girl. We, especially as black people, do not raise our boys to be able to feel, to be able to deal with their emotion. Everything is stop crying, stop acting like a girl, man up. How the fuck they gonna man up? They 4. And like he said, it's like we supposed to have this trauma. Like the trauma just supposed to be because we black, honey, we got trauma. That shouldn't be the norm.
Right.
And now that we know better, we have to do it better. I think sometimes I really sit around and I think and say, what if I didn't change?
Right.
What if I'm the one who left my kids somewhere else and let somebody else raise them and just gave them money all the time? What if, if my kids wouldn't have been strong enough to make that change? So I'm glad I wasn't that. So now
Right.
they can do, and you got to think, nobody's going to be perfect at this. Nobody's going to be perfect at this, but you should at least strive to be better than what you had. So that way, like when I tell my kids, hey, I know I wasn't perfect. And my kids be like, Mom, no, you was it. But I still know there were things that I could have worked on. So I want you to make sure you do them better. I had a teachable moment with my son yesterday. He said, Mom, the kids' party ain't gonna be what I wanted it to be. I feel like I'm failing. You know what? And he said, I gotta go because I feel like I'm about to cry. And he hung up. I text my son. I said, let me tell you something. They are turning 2.
Right.
2. They ain't even gonna remember it.
Number 1.
You do what you can. You do what you can, and the rest is okay. Because guess what? You are there. You are there every single day. When they wake up, you are there.
Right.
That means you are one step further than what your father was for you.
Ooh.
So don't you ever feel bad about a party for a 2-year-old. They ain't gonna know the party from tomorrow.
Wow.
Them damn kids some cake and some ice cream, and if you can't get it that day, so the hell what? They don't know what day they were.
Exactly.
And technically, they wasn't supposed to be born till July anyway. So God damn it, if you feel like you really need to do it, then you can't get it right this second.
Right.
Do it in July.
How about that?
I said, don't you ever feel like that because of a party. Do they eat every day? Do they got a roof over their head? Lights, water, gas. They got regular toys to play with. And y'all two might be crazy, but both of y'all there.
Right.
And you willing now because y'all called to get the help.
Right.
You
growing up with it. Right.
He told me one time, he said last week, he called me, he had to laugh. He said, Mom, I'm getting better. I said, what happened? He said, well, man, we had an argument. We had a little disagreement. He said, but I didn't blow up and she didn't blow up. I said, well, that's good. He said, but she owed me some Bath and Body Works, the men's stuff that I get from Bath and Body Works. And I owe her some flat irons. I do. I said, but was y'all screaming out? He said, no. He said, but I broke her flat irons. I said, okay. And what happened? And he was in the bathroom and he showed me, he said, she poured all my new stuff out. I hadn't even opened it yet. I said, okay. Well, you owe her some flat irons. I said, she owe you some Bath and Body Works, the men's Bath and Body Works. Ever since I started buying that men's Bath and Body Works, he loved it. I said, but that's different than a couple months ago.
Right.
It would have been a big blow up. Y'all screaming and hollering, tearing up shit in the house. You leaving, you going for 3, 4, 5 days because now well, I just want him to come again. It wasn't that. I still think it was petty as hell, but it was a step.
It's an improvement. We've got growth there. You're growing up. Right. And
we gotta let everybody, it's okay. Especially the boys. And I mean, I know us women, we got a lot of stuff to deal with too. But nobody says anything crazy when we cry.
Right. Because it's expected.
Don't make your child feel like he can't experience his pain and his hurt. Because there we go again. He gonna pack it. and pack it and
That
pack
trash
it.
bag, girl.
And he ain't gonna unpack it. That motherfucker just
Thank
gonna
you, God, for that
explode.
analogy. Thank you, God. Because that analogy, oh my God, I think that's beautiful. Just pack it down, squishing it in the bag.
And see,
Squish
we
it.
might
You
be
know the
willing
damn
as
thing
women.
already overflow.
We might be as women willing to unpack it, but that man that you never let experience his emotions is not going to unpack it. His ass going to explode, and that's everybody's. That now there's a generational curse.
Come on now. And then what you say? My mother didn't berate me for crying, which I did when I got angry as a child. School teachers, however, complained to my mother about it. So how much of a help were they? Not much. How about that?
And we
And
got
you know
women
what?
that
That's a
see that all
whole
teachers
nother
ain't there to
part.
help.
That's a whole nother. Now, see, you know what? You just sit down there and then hit another layer of an onion, because you know when it's a whole school system and the community, and how what becomes of a broken hearted. Here I am, a man or a young boy being raised by a broken man. Okay, who only thing is trying to make you a man, and then you get out into the world. Well, you got reinforcement at home, but the world say, Now the world tattling on you. Oh no, he cries too much. He's entitled, too sensitive. You know.
But then don't forget
All right,
about us.
baby. We'll see you later. Thank you for all of your input, darling. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marla. Now y'all know I'm hard on the ladies because somebody has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because we will say, I want a man that's in touch with his feminine side. The minute he show you his sensitive side, when you get mad, you throw it in his face. Oh, you wasn't like that when you was in there crying like a bitch. I've seen women do it.
I heard women do it.
I've seen women do it. You want him to be sensitive to understand what you're going through. Then when he has one of those moments and he has to be that way, oh my God, I can't believe. As soon as you get mad, you're throwing it in his face.
Right.
So therefore, he don't trust it no more. Now he can't be vulnerable with you no more because he don't trust you.
How about that?
You broke his trust.
Let me play this next clip. Come on.
Okay, my white people, here's an important message from a black friend. As difficult and exhausting as this moment is, and it is, it's just going to get more challenging and more uncomfortable. But of all the battles you have to fight, the biggest one is white fatigue. Let me explain. White supremacy is the pernicious narrative that white people are superior to black folks and just about everyone else. White fatigue is what happens when most white people who don't want to think of themselves as white supremacists and who might even fight that narrative get tired, give up, and let white supremacy win. Alexander Hamilton is the poster child of white fatigue. He belonged to an anti-slavery society, but when we adopted the Constitution, he agreed to the 3/5 compromise, white fatigue's original sin. Men like Hamilton felt they couldn't get a constitution without slavery, so they gave up trying and gave actual slave owners more power. After the Civil War, we put amendments in the Constitution to guarantee equal black citizenship. White supremacy formed a resistance, but it was white fatigue that lost the cause. We pulled Union troops from the South, and a Supreme Court full of Northerners paved the way to Jim Crow and streets full of Constellation trophies. White supremacy put them up, but white fatigue whistled past them every day for over a century. The Civil Rights Movement tried to stop white supremacy by shaking most white people out of white fatigue, disrupt normal, televised violence of white supremacists to jolt people sleepwalking through white fatigue. And for a minute, it worked. Hope and equality were adrenaline shots to the conscience of America. We got a second Reconstruction, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, and a Fair Housing Act. But Martin Luther King had to die to get that last one. And then we got white fatigue. Too tired to win the war on poverty, white fatigue let it become the war on crime, then the war on drugs. White fatigue mistook mass incarceration for justice. And then a pandemic hit. White eyes opened as black and brown bodies filled the front lines and a host of hardly paid people were labeled essential. And then this. a knee to the neck of the facade of American equality, and an image taken by a courageous black girl just as the nation's eyes were already opening. And suddenly, white America is more awake to the distance between white life and black life than it has ever been. But right now, black America is losing sleep over white fatigue. It looms larger than any president, no matter how much of a white supremacist one proved himself to be. He might be defeated, but if the majority of white people get tired, or too busy, or distracted, or fooled into thinking we've actually won, this momentum will be killed by white fatigue. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get more uncomfortable. It's going to be confusing and exhausting. You will want it to stop. But do not stop. New legislation isn't the end. This election isn't the end. There is no end because white supremacy will never quit, so black people cannot ever quit. You must battle white fatigue. Don't get tired. Don't ever give up. Do not wave the white flag.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
Wasn't that
send me that.
amazing?
You gotta send me that. Because just the graphics and the artworks and the way that it was
Right.
presented, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
God, I need all my kids to see that. I need that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Now again, another one of those ripples. Because what I said, like I said, the title of the show is What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. Let's look at that from our white fatigue brothers and sisters who gave in and gave up, not knowing how to use their power to fight against the system, and they got all the power.
They got all of it.
You know, sit up there and acquiesce to something because they didn't want to ruffle feathers or they didn't want to risk their lives.
You know, it was just an episode of SWAT one other. I watched SWAT when I don't be falling asleep, and it was just that it was like that in that team on SWAT. If you guys have ever watched SWAT, and the older gentleman next to Shamar Moore, the one who they should have gave the team to, but you know, gave it to Shamar because he had the black thing at the time. He found out that people that he knew were very racist cops in the daggone thing. He took it to Shamar, but he didn't want to do nothing at first. But he recorded them, came home and listened to it with his wife, and he said, "Oh my God, is this what I become?"
Wow.
Because I know what they say and ain't right. But his thing was, am I supposed to put myself, my family, you know, the police, you know, they like this, they like the gang sometimes. Am I supposed to put all that in jeopardy for this? And his wife, I think she said something like, you know, you'll do the right thing.
Exactly.
And you know, he went in and did the thing. But yeah, it's like, I know that is wrong, but that ain't my fight. I ain't gonna be involved in the wrong stuff, but I ain't gonna say nothing either.
The pebble on the water of what becomes of the brokenhearted. And this here is another ripple effect from another perspective. Now, let me give you this. Oh, come on.
Being brutally honest with you, I think one of our greatest dysfunctions when it comes to the black family right now, in this generation, the millennials and the young ones and the ones over that, is you have this belief, not you, we, that alpha males are monogamous. Alpha males are not monogamous.
That word, alpha male.
Stay with me. Listen, and I'm not giving Derek Jackson no excuse because he cheated.
So he alpha male?
I would consider him an alpha. He is the type of male that a lot of women would want to date. And guess what? This whole situation he went through, it will mean nothing. There'll be more women waiting for him when it's over. I did a video a couple days ago when I said to Derek Jackson's wife, if you want to leave your husband for your own reasons, that's your business. You don't leave your husband for what other women want to say about him. Because them same women telling you to leave Derek Jackson will be in his bed tomorrow. You understand? Here's the point that I'm trying to make. There's millions of black men out there who will be loyal to our sisters. You understand? And faithful. But they're the beta males. Alpha males by nature are not monogamous. The man that every black woman wants, they are not monogamous. You understand? And that is a conversation that has never been honestly had. It doesn't mean you can't find a good man. It means you need to revisit your interest in having an alpha. Those men historically of any race, we're talking about us obviously, but look at the alpha male in any community, white, Chinese, Arab, Latino, Mexican. Alpha males do not do monogamy. And I think alpha males need to stop lying. Let me give you an example. I'm going to have 2 queens. I've made that clear. It's no need for a woman to even try to get with me if she don't understand she's going to have a sister wife. I'm not going to lie to my wives. Do you understand? I'm going to be honest. You're going to know coming in that I'm going to have 2. Ain't no lies. I'm not playing no lies with my queendom. Derek Jackson should have done the same thing. Derek Jackson is not monogamous. I'm not sure if he ever can be. You understand? And he should have been honest with his wife going into it. Here's a big problem. Black men are not giving black women an opportunity to choose. If you and I are dating, I need to tell you, listen, you're not going to be the only one. And I need to be honest with you about how many others there will be. So for Dr. Umar, I'm going to have 2. That's it. You understand? Another man might want 3. Another man might want 4. And he might not want those other women consistently during the marriage. Some men are serial polygamists. You know what that means? That means that co-wife is never the same person from year to year. In other words, the first year of our marriage, she's the co-wife. The second year of our marriage, she's the co-wife. You have men who have a high need for variety. They know this about themselves, but because they want you to be the primary woman, they don't tell you the truth. I think that's what happened with brother Derek Jackson. His wife is a very traditional, laid back. She's not a hot girl. You understand?
She's a beta.
I wouldn't say she's a beta. I would say she's a traditional black woman, raised well, homegrown, into the church, love her man, love her family, love her children. And she's beautiful. She was the perfect catch for Derek Jackson. But because she was so perfect as a woman to hold him down and help him lay his foundation, he misled her about his true intentions. You see, when you look at her, I can see why he chose her, because she's everything you need minus the drama. But he lied to her. You understand? And my biggest issue with him, you should not have misled your wife about being a monogamous when you know you're not. And we got too many men misleading women, making them think that they're monogamous and they are not. That's where the problem comes in.
All right.
Listen, I have that conversation all the time. I have that conversation all the time. You guys know that I grew up in Islam. I understand the Islamic way, and I'm gonna say the American Islamic way, because over in the Middle East is a little different. It ain't supposed to be, but it is. Of how the multiple wives go. For us, it was as long as you can afford them, and whatever I got, she gotta get. Okay, so if I'm in $1 million house, my sister have to have one too. We ain't living in the same house. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. We can't do that. Not because I got an issue with you, but I'm like this, especially now. Like I understood it back then, but back then I was on some, oh, hell to the no. If I ain't enough, too damn bad. Now, I probably, depending on the person, I probably would be able to do that as long as it's the way that I know. Because I know how I am. I like my space. I'm not that one to be cuddled up under somebody all goddamn time. I don't need to know where the fuck you at all times of goddamn day. What you do. All I need to know is that you're safe. I need you to be here when you need to be here. If you got another wife, I'm sure if you do something to me, you get on my goddamn nerves, right? By the time you get on my nerves, it's time for you to go to her house.
Right.
And if it's only 2 wives, and it's like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at my house, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at her house, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's getting the days of the week is rotating. By the time you done got on my nerves, it's time for you to go to my sister wife's house, right? By the time it's time for you to come back home, I done processed it. I might be over it and everything. And now I miss you again. Yeah,
Right.
we got 3. Give me even more time. I get it now. I did not, and I got it back then. I just was like, no, I ain't with that shit right now.
I ain't with it. Right.
And the reason why we can't live in the same house like the way all these poly kids and stuff is doing their stuff the way they doing it now is because there's 2. Sis, if we in the same house, you my sister wife. If I'm mad at her, then you need to be mad too. He can't leave out of my room and come in your room. But I'm okay with him leaving this house and going to your house. But if we in the same house, if I'm mad, we mad.
We mad.
What they say, how the slave man used to be, but what's wrong, boss? We said.
Okay.
I'm mad, we mad. So we can't be in there together. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Derrick Jackson, that's the guy that give all the relationship shit, right?
Right. The one that came up with
sure.
life in the bonnet.
Right. So, you know, sometimes I'll be on the fence with Umar. I gotta play double dutch with him sometimes because y'all know I love him because he's from Philly, and a lot of times we agree on shit. But I be having to hear him all the way out because sometimes he'll throw a monkey wrench in there. And
Throw a
I'm like,
monkey wrench in some shit, right?
But I think he's right on that one. You don't get. I'm not sure if alpha male, beta male, just male. I don't fucking know. But when you take away the choice, because you never know, you might run across somebody like me now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wasn't that before, but I am now. So when you take away my choice, you do me a disservice because nigga, you could have had it anyway. You could have been going over there.
Right. Here's the thing, and again, I'm on this ripple effect because, see, I've never known Umar to profess any kind of religious affiliation. I don't know if he's studying the ways of Islam or whatever. All I know is he keeps talking about he's a Pan-Africanism, a Pan-African.
That wasn't religious. That was like the Marcus Garvey
culture.
thing.
Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Marcus Garvey started the Pan-Africanism.
Okay, and there we go.
Because even Marcus Garvey wasn't, because even like, remember, did you guys know that sidebar real quick? Put it in there. Malcolm X's father was a Garveyite.
Okay.
But he also was a Baptist preacher.
Right.
So that's how I know it wasn't a religious thing. It was the taking us back to Africa because we shouldn't be here because they don't want us here anyway. So yeah. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I'm on this ripple effect of what becomes of the brokenhearted because, see, he's able to express that now, but you know, he has 2. It's been reported that he has 2 children by 2 different women, and carried on, and 2 daughters, I believe it is, and this, that, and the other. And now that he's taken such a stance on that and is such a proponent for Black families, sometimes I think that this particular kind of message comes across hypocritical, even though what he says is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe he came into it later.
Right. And perhaps maybe that's the part of the story that we need to understand. Right. You know, as a younger man, you know, sowing his oats or whatever, or maybe he thought he had the right one at the time. You know, it didn't work out. He went to somebody else, and then and that produced a child, and you know, then that didn't work out. We don't know what that is, and not being up in his business. The thing of it is that what has been told and how the perception of his business is out in the streets, in these YouTube streets, as he coined the term, YouTubian streets and shit.
The YouTubian streets.
Right. Okay. What it is that now it seems as though he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. But because he's saying that, okay.
I've never actually heard him talk about his own personal.
Right, and I haven't either, which is why it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, so in your castle or whatever, you say it's going to be 2 queens up in here. Okay, now the women have to understand that how this is going to roll. You're going to have a sister wife. Point blank, period. Okay, that's not for discussion. And if you ain't down with it, that's cool because you have your own choices. But
Because I
how
was
you
up
gonna
front with
roll
it
over
and told
here
you.
is what it is, and being upfront. And the way how when he put all that down, I took that clip out of there. Like I said,
Mhm.
that's on the banner that there's on YouTube to see the whole interview.
Okay.
From a place called 60 Million Views. That's the name of the page.
Yeah, I saw that across the bottom of the
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But one of the things about that particular truth, because see, I'm looking at that about being honest, and I had this whole thing about what's an alpha male, what's a beta male, but I don't feel like going
Yeah,
into
that's why I
all that.
said I don't know if it's alpha male or beta male or just male. I don't know. I don't, in my mind, as I've grown up and seen stuff over time, I do not feel like men were put here to be monogamous. I just don't. When
But
you think about all those old scriptures and all that stuff that we look at, they weren't monogamous. They wasn't. Now, I don't know if it's right or wrong. And I'm not
yeah,
saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I don't feel like it. Am I one of those people that think all men cheat? No, I don't. But I just don't, just over time and things that I've studied and all kinds of stuff, it just don't seem like men will put here to be monogamous.
let me put it to you like this. The first person that we know of that's been taught in the Bible about being a sister wife was Ruth.
Was it Ruth?
Ruth and Abraham, because she couldn't
Oh
have
yeah,
no
that's right.
kids.
Right.
And so
What?
she let her maid
No, Sarah. Right.
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Sarah.
Sarah. Because
Sarah.
y'all know I always talk about her. I said,
Sarah.
I said, don't talk about
Ruth is the
Sarah
other
like she
one.
was. I said, Sarah was hateful as shit.
Right.
Let's be honest. We gonna
Right.
talk about
Shady
being
ass.
honest. She asked that
Shady.
woman to be her husband's wife. And as soon
Right.
as the blessing came of her own child, she put her and that baby out.
Right.
Put her
Okay.
out.
Right. According to how it's taught. But
Yeah.
again, the ripple effect of what becomes of the brokenhearted. Because see, now we have allowed ourselves to want to take this so-called African custom or this Islamic custom or this Marcus Garvey custom or culture. And now we want to sit down there and blame our
I was gonna say, wait, let's not put that on Marcus Garvey. All he
no
want to do
no
is go
no
back
no
to
no
Africa.
no, it's not putting it on him. What it is that we want to cloak our whoredom, our whoremongering
Mm-hmm.
under the guise of all of this. Because why? Is it slave residue that we try to sit down here and have a harem or got somebody waiting on each port? Is it the alpha male as he explained in that the alpha male is never monogamous?
Because you think about a lot of the men in Africa, like regular men, no matter what their religion are. You think about Nigerians and stuff like that, they do have more than one wife, and they didn't deal with what we dealt with.
Exactly. So the thing of it is he introducing this, or is this something that we as black people need to look at? As far as we keep saying we want to get back to our cultural roots and carry it on, but can we actually handle
There
it?
are so many more people like these kids because I had to learn what the poly shit meant. I knew what polygamy meant, but the poly shit was like because it's like free love thing.
Right.
Now the women can't. Now they got some poly relationships where the women got more than one man.
Right.
Who knows?
And then look at that, because see, even in that, how is it that the vast majority of how that thing is supposed to go, the women don't have more than one man, but the man does.
Right.
He has more
Because
than one.
when you think about it in the eyes of having children,
Mm-hmm.
if you got more than one man, you know who the baby daddy is.
Mm-hmm.
He got more than one woman, you don't know who the baby daddy is.
Right. But again, the whole idea of the male hierarchy,
Mm-hmm.
and still dismissing the woman and this, that, and that, it's really, 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 really I won't say upsetting. What it does is it just opens up for further discussion, because oftentimes the question is, are we so Americanized and our men have just been warped into this one particular set of teachings that we've ignored these other set of teachings to make them real? Because what we cannot fault with what Umar just said in that piece is that being honest with yourself.
Right.
If you know damn well you're not monogamous, why in the hell did you put that out on the table?
Right.
Okay. Why have you not put that on the table? I know alphabet children. How do you know motherfucking well you ain't nowhere near monogamous? So while you got this child waiting at home, baking cookies and things, and thinking that she's living a rose-colored life, and you out here sowing your oats, but then get mad if this person pick up the same answer, like, okay, you bake the cookies today, I'm gonna go to the store and get some milk, and it'll take us 3, 4, 5 hours to come back with a pint. She didn't get a whole gallon, she just got a pint of milk. Really?
Yeah, I think all of it is just about the honesty that you're willing to have in relationships, no matter how you will have them. Because like I said, what I knew about and was going to allow back in the day is my views are a little different now. Am I actually looking for that? No, but I might not be opposed to it now. But then I look at the new shit with the poly shit and everybody in the same house, and I'm like, oh no, bitch, that ain't for me. No, I don't
Right.
know. But I'm not judging either.
Right.
If it worked for you.
If it works for you, honey, more power to you.
But then that's the same thing too, though. Be honest. Because women, when they are giving you that honesty, are you saying you could deal with it, but you can't really? Because Sarah couldn't.
Right. Bam.
Yeah, you both got to be honest. If he honest enough to tell you, be honest to say, I can't do that.
Last time you discussed getting back to customs involving multiple wives, Nature Boy was on the show. Really? That's the last time?
Yes, we talked about that. Because they poly. He had them all together and all kinds of stuff. But they don't really like that. You see from when the women leave. They did it because they wanted them to.
And that
so
there is part of it's on both sides. If this does not work for you, again, we talked about deal breakers and carrying on with getting into relationships. What is a ultimate deal breaker for you? Because see, if you compromise on what your deal breakers are, then that means that you have no faith in you. You have no integrity about what it is that you're looking for. You done settle for this man because this is the one paying for all the attention right now.
Right. And it's like, well, no, I ain't really. Because a lot of people be in polygamous relationships and just don't know. At least you have the opportunity to know it instead of sitting home crying when his ass don't come home when he's supposed to.
Number 1, 2, and 3.
I say, hey, I remember telling Brian once, I said, let me tell you something. Because I had a father and I got older brothers. I know. I said, let me tell you one thing. I better feel like I'm the only one. I better not hear about shit in the street. Another bitch better not come to me. I better not catch shit.
Right.
I bet not know. You better be so damn good at it. You better be motherfucking.
Now, with all of that
that used to be my thinking.
Now, with all of that, what you just said, because see, again, tying this into the whole ripple effect of how is it that we're raising our boys? Because see, oftentimes that kind of stuff, fathers sit down there and pat their boys on the back. That if their girls were doing that, then
they have a fucking
problem. So again, going back to, are we raising a broken man, raising another broken man?
Don't forget, let's talk about, I'm always on the women. Women, hold your boys accountable. I tell you what, ask any of my sons. You can't bring no other girl to this house if you told me somebody else was your girlfriend.
Right.
You can't bring nobody else in here. You think I'm lying ass small. Had a little girl about to knock on the door, blah, 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 blah. They knocked on the door. And we down here. It's Philly here. I said, he sure is, but you ain't coming in. Boop. Slam the door right in her damn face. We're not doing that. Because you told me that was your girlfriend.
Right.
She lived 2 doors away. What you not gonna do? You think you that good because she got strict parents. She only 2 doors away. You think you was
Right.
who?
Right.
If they ain't the person you said they not coming in here.
How
Y'all,
about that?
my daughters, they like girls. When they was coming up, they ain't tell me till they was 16 or
Right.
17. Same shit. I don't give a fuck if they girls or not.
Right. Right.
And you're grown now. Don't bring the other motherfucker around me if she ain't the one that you with. Now, if you tell me, Mama, I ain't got no girlfriend, I'm just seeing people. That's fine. I still don't want to
Okay.
see all the heifers. But if you introduce them to me and whatnot, that's cute.
Right.
But if you tell me
Boom.
this is who I'm with, don't you
Boom.
bring no motherfucking body else here.
Boom.
Because I don't want to see them. I'm not going to entertain them. I'm not doing it.
Boom. And I'm not going to condone
Not at all.
they're breaking somebody else's heart
Hard. I'm
or
not going to do that
doing
because I'm
shit.
a woman. Before I
Right.
became your mother, I was a woman.
Right. Right.
And how you feel if some nigga doing that to me?
Right. Okay. And there you have it. And there you have it. And on that note, that's where we're going to end tonight's conversation.
All right, y'all.
Okay. I didn't run any commercials today, but this is
We
kind of.
sorry, y'all. He gonna run on tomorrow. He gonna run on
Okay,
tomorrow.
I told y'all this was gonna be a heavy one, and I thought I found a break, but no, it wouldn't. No, okay. Today was one of those days we went commercial free. Okay. But I'm going to let you guys know here. This whole alpha male thing we're going to revisit. I don't know when. We might do it tomorrow. I want to make sure that Red is here because I definitely need his input because child. I did not realize that there's a whole big other thing. There's the alpha. We know alpha and beta. But child, there's the gamma male, the sigma male, the omega.
Oh, well, let's look up them because I want to know what they are.
I have. And
Okay.
I was going to get into that tonight, but we're going to table that conversation for another time because, honey, I'm telling you, it's fascinating. Absolutely
Yeah, I want to
fascinating.
see that. I want to
Okay.
see that. As soon as we get off, do not do anything else. I have to call you. Matter of fact, just let it go off and let us know
Right.
because I have to tell you
Stay
something.
here. Yeah, just stay here. Okay, so on that note, my darling, let me let you guys go because we got to have a business meeting. So, honey, on that, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, my darlings, with big meats, honey. If you love us, tell your friends, honey. If you hate us, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this. Any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that we're doing over here will move forward, honey. Nighthawk Network, our affiliates over there, we thank you so much. Our voices, our people is our thing over there, honey. Listen, y'all just hold everybody up. If you pray, I don't pray anymore. I send up praise reports because I believe when praises go up is when the blessings come down. So I send up praise. Okay, praise report that everybody is going to be in a place of peace and comfort and strength and wisdom and understanding and love, joy, harmony. That there is my praise report, honey. And as we sit down there and hold each other up, and we allow to ourselves to open up for those things to rain down and shower on us. Don't put your umbrella up, honey. You want to get that kind of
all of it. Get all
go
of
out
it.
there into the rain, honey, and
Sunshine.
call it grace. So on that note, honey, we thank you. We love you for all of your love and support. Remember, we do have some great new things coming down the line for you to entertain you and then to make you think, okay, and all of that. So until the next time, honey. And scene.